Now.
Hello, peoples.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Wait, I just realized Tim's camera is a little
Crooked.
crooked. There we go. There's Tim. Look at that.
Glorious man.
That's Tim.
Voltron.
That's Tim with the Voltron shirt. Is he awesome?
Voltron.
That's
Defender of the Universe.
that's Tim. But that's Kevin. That's Jane. And I'm TJ. And on the computer is Sarah. Say hi, Sarah.
Hi.
And this is the 4th episode of the Yellow Ribbon Chronicles, Tales from Star Mage.
Woo-hoo!
We are
the Table Candle.
And we are the most professional YouTubers you'll ever find.
Actually, that I kind of like the way that was. The finger pointing.
The little
on
finger
each,
pointing.
pointing on each head.
So, we're just quickly doing initiative. And then suddenly the time came to do the thing. So
We'll do initiative now so that when battle actually starts, we don't have to worry about it later.
Einun, Zelith, Gilgamesh,
Okay,
Lexi,
so
Rebecca, Alex. Did I get every character?
Wexy should go first.
But did I get every character?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, all right. That's all I care about.
Write me down, and my numbers are 18, 24, 20, 11, 8.
18, 24. I didn't get the last three. 18, 24.
20, 11, and 8.
20, 11. Oh, you rolled low for that last one.
Yeah, I literally rolled 1 for the last one.
Yeah.
How horrid. Well, Einun got 16. 14, 17, 6, 11.
You suck.
Zealous.
Here.
Quickly, pass me one of those calculators next to you, Tim.
I will be right back. I'm going to grab something real
Hand that to
fast.
TJ. I can't reach.
So I'll just do mine, Tim.
Thank you, Kevin.
So 5 plus 3, 8.
I shall return, people. I know I will be missed, but it's okay.
12.
Who's this? Alex?
Yep.
8. What was it? The first one? What was the first one?
I rolled 3. 5 plus 3 is
8.
8. So first one's 8.
That's what I thought.
Second one was I rolled a 7. 5
10.
plus 7.
Mm.
Yeah. 5 plus 5 is 10. 17. Finally, high roll. 22. 5 plus 2. 7. And the last roll. God, she rolled really bad. 9.
It's 9.
Alright, Kevin,
I need
yours?
Gilgamesh. That's all I need.
25, 23, 18, 24, and 21.
He rolled well.
The evidence of my roll has been erased.
And when Jane comes back, she can do it. But we're going to get started because we are currently live streaming.
Wonder if Jen already wrote it. I think Jen.
Yeah,
Oh.
she already got hers.
Yeah.
Oh, she got it. Okay.
She wrote them down for me.
Well, plug me, I'm curious.
No.
End my suffering.
No.
Never.
You're going to be forced to suffer for all eternity.
And see, that's how you be mean to people. You make them live when all they want to do is die.
Alright, Alex.
I have returned. I'm going to put something on the speaker that is Sarah.
Ah!
There.
That's my voice, Carrie.
That's Sarah, the dragon. So we're
It's
just
the wrong color, but it's...
Mortals.
So now that we have that all taken
Here,
care
actually,
of,
give me that
let us.
so that I can take a picture and send it to Sarah. And then we can get started.
So we were floating down the river, the horrible, horrible river.
Go, 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 get me down the slide. Go, go, go,
Lexi's really enjoying this boat ride.
She's having tons of fun.
Oh.
The boat you are on is a barge.
Is it a cool barge?
No. It's large, it's flat, it's dingy, it's rusty, it's covered with much of the sludge that... Whereas if you're out on the bay, on a boat that's often in the bay, and you get lots of barnacles and such. Well, this boat has inches worth of just foul sludge
Ick.
all over. Now he's the captain is a very old man. He's looks like he's probably been on the river for a long time. He's probably immune to the sludge and the smell of it, which is hideous.
He is sludge. He's a sludge monster.
And
I would not be surprised.
his name is Raymond.
All right.
And he has said 2 words since you got on the barge. And
Because he's slime. No, sorry, sludge. I'm sorry, I'm totally messing this character up for you, Tim.
you're what?
I'm so sorry. I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
Yes, you do.
Sorry.
Shame on you. And where are all of you at on the barge? The barge is currently carrying a massive pile of old tires.
I am Zelith is currently in her backpack avoiding all things possible.
I'm sitting on
That is
some
exactly
tires.
where Lexi wants to be, but can't bring herself to do it because she knows how dangerous this planet is. Just fuck this shit.
So you're probably defending the backpack or something like that.
Yeah, I am currently curled around the backpack.
I'm sitting on the tires.
Oh, Gilgamesh is sitting on a pile of tires.
Alex, for her part, has her little parasol over her head that's been keeping her, not burning. But I'm guessing there's so much smog in the air, sunlight doesn't even reach really that well.
There is a permanent haze over everything, which has a distinct gray
Ick.
coloration to it.
Okay.
That's just gross.
She still has it, and you see her just kind of like, this planet is like my inner being.
Rebecca is sitting next to Ainun, chatting up about, the box that she just found, apparently.
Ainun is looking at the little box, and she rolled a 1, so her taste in YouTubers is absolutely horrible, so she's a big Markiplier fan. The horrible predator that rips people's spines out of their... she's a huge fan of Markiplier.
And, of course, because
Wait, I just
Rebecca
realized...
has knowledge internet, she already knows all about...
Wait, we're 2,000 years in the future, Jane.
Yeah.
Markiplier's still alive, making YouTube live streams because he has made some kind of evil
You
pact.
forgot I made a champion based off of Markiplier, remember?
I know. But I'm just saying, in terms of... We're so far in the future, he's actually still active, this other YouTuber.
Raymond is not the only other person on the barge. He has his slave is a robot. A very large robot which mans the motor at the end of the barge. And the robot is steam powered and is constantly makes a loud belching noise. Like every 30 seconds on the mark as steam belches out of its boiler. So that's the sound you've got with you. What's this got? Mark Pryor?
Markiplier. It's like
It's a
multiplier.
YouTuber. He's a YouTuber.
Markiplier.
Markiplier, yeah.
Mark, what is he? One of your favorites?
He's our favorite YouTuber.
Mark. Seriously, or are you just making fun of you?
No, we love him.
No, we love him.
He's a
Our one is
genuinely
Crunk
nice
Smash,
character.
who's influenced several.
Did one of you mention him?
Did
one of your characters actually mention him?
Rebecca is a huge, she's a huge computer, so as soon as she saw this box, she looked it up, and figured out, oh, it's Markiplier. So all of a sudden, she's spewing out knowledge of all of things Markiplier.
For the first time since he said 2 things, Raymond lights up. Apparently, he's a fan too.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Ainun is also speaking sign language about how much he likes Markiplier.
Everybody
we'll
in the little circle.
I love how other YouTubers just begin to affect our fucking games. I should share.
The reason why he's still active. The reason why he's still active is that right before he died, he had him cryogenically freeze his head.
Well, actually, Markiplier is a
So
champion
wait, are we
in
pulling
our
a
game.
future round
What?
here?
Markiplier is a champion in our game.
He has
I played-
super dimensional powers that keeps. We'll show you, but let's just go with this way. Think of him as a chaos god who just brings nothing but chaos around him.
I wonder if I still have his page.
He was human, but then he became more. It would fit. It would fit the YouTuber and the
Wow.
personality.
So I know nothing about the YouTube thing. So
Elf.
Brian probably does, but. So you are.
Ask Brian who Markiplier is and get his response, because I'd be interested in his response. Because he's more on the darker side of the internet than I am. Well, I know where he comes from, so like I can understand. There's so many sides to the
Okay,
internet.
well, we're getting off track.
Yes, we are.
Actually, we're actually on track in slime and muck that is a river.
Yeah, you're actually
Zelith?
on the Muck River.
Zelek, in her tiny backpack, pops her head out and she looks around and she says, "This place really sucks."
And Raymond nods at you and says, "Lived here all my life. Sucks."
I lived in Rome most of my life. It's not like this.
Says, "Never been there."
You
That's
sh-
all. That's the more emotion he ever gives.
You
and the
should
robot
visit
belches.
sometime.
The robot belches.
You should visit sometime. It's quite nice.
How will we make this planet better?
Alex,
And
you
Raven
didn't hear
says-
Alex. You didn't hear Alex over just lying down. Go, but get me off of it.
Raymond says, "Blow it up."
Hey, Alex. Here. And she reaches out, and the little hand goes, whee! And there's a little box. It's blood candy.
For those who happen to know Clamp, know that this is the planet Clamp was born on, and he never had anything good to say about it.
In fact, all the impressions we got was basically, yeah. Why is this planet still around?
When Eveline asked him to lead this adventure, he refused to go back he refused to come back to this planet. Pointedly.
Pointedly.
No.
Very pointedly. Jane. Can't you
Your mother was the one that picked all my blueberries. Now I have
Pass
to eat
some
them.
over. I love blueberries.
Why can't you be normal, Jane?
I am normal.
It's normal to like blueberries. And as you are going along, and you think it seems like it's probably midday, the brightness in the gray sky is brighter than, it seems to be at its brightest point, so you think it's midday. It's hard to say since you can't actually see the sun. And you notice something, appears to be a ship coming flying around above you. And it is getting closer. As though possibly someone is scouting you out.
Well, that's
Shit. Not good. You
So
then
we all get in the bag.
You then see Ainun look over at all of you, and then she sighs, and she pulls out what appears to be a little, like, metal object. She puts it onto the ship, and she's going to see if it still works. It's been through a lot lately. She's attempting to activate her invisibility generator. Not power, it's an item. But it's a thing a predator would have. What would I add to the roll?
It doesn't require
Intelligence?
maybe intelligence, since it's an item. It's all a matter of whether the item works or not.
10. It's a straight 10 then. Does the item work?
It sputters a few times and then goes out.
Oh.
She sighs and then says something that only Rebecca understands. Goddamn authority technology. Back when we were able to make our own, we were pretty good at this stuff. Now, oh no. It all has to go through the authority. And now it's shit.
Perhaps could I take a look at it?
She hands it to Rebecca.
Sweet! So I'm going to ignore that.
All I want here is a...
It's Sarah.
Sarah.
Oh, wrong
The
die.
You had it
Alright.
on mute.
As soon as you get a chance, draw
Wait,
the
are you
barge.
on mute?
No, I thought her ringer was on mute. That's why I sent her a picture.
That's
Yeah,
why
it's
it went
okay.
bing.
I'll make it.
I will draw the barge while you are.
No, he's drawing the barge.
The Burj. The Burj Khalifa.
Alright, so I'm actually, because I didn't roll high enough, I'm going to activate a power of mine. Which is, memes. If the power of memes.
I would say, considering you're trying to...
What I'm trying to
What
do
does memes
is
have to do?
look up online, on the internet, any way of fixing the material.
Okay.
This is one big ass barge.
Barges are big.
I will be
Pile
with
of
you
tires.
guys in a moment. I had a coffee spill. Hang on.
Oh no!
Did you burn yourself?
No, I'm good. I didn't get burned.
28 in fixing, looking up to fix the material, the invisibility thing.
Yeah. We're just waiting.
And all out here is sludge. Alright, place yourselves where you're at on the barge. That's the tire pile. And it's about 15 feet high.
I'm on the lower
Okay.
portion of it, obviously.
So this is Wait, where's the big ogre? No, that thing is Ainun, the big.
This is Ainun.
Yeah.
That was going to be an enemy.
I thought Ainun was just one of these.
No, she's large size.
I thought she was the giantess.
Yeah, where did the giantess go?
the giantess.
We have the giantess.
I bet you any money it's in here somewhere.
The large size.
Here.
Oh, found the giant. I found a giantess.
There's a giantess, but we have a giantess.
Actually, she's not glued in, so unless you have some way to keep her in, Jane.
No, it's the one that we used for
It was actually Tila from the Masters of the Universe, I think. But it was bigger than the...
You know we got more of these.
I thought we did.
I actually want to make a giantess character.
Didn't you do that already? And then you kind of just removed
Yeah,
her?
because I made her poorly. She was a bad character, Kevin. One of the very few characters I can honestly say I made a
Which
bad
one was
character.
that?
The one giantess I made.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that
She
was-
wasn't a very interesting character.
Yeah, that was the giant. That's the giantess you always used.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm there. So, I'm with everybody. So, she's with everybody else. Alex
Okay,
Gotta get the
sorry,
camera.
guys.
This is Rebecca.
Rebecca. This is Alex. She's
Just
over
laying.
there laying down. Her hand is slightly down, skimming the sludge, and she's going.
Oh,
Does
she's
she see-
actually touching it.
She's touching it, and you hear her say exactly these words. I'm just making the water worse.
Oh.
God.
Oof.
Oof.
What is it?
What's wrong? I'm not using the right pen.
I now smell like mocha.
Coffee.
It's better than what your character's smelling. Alright, so you are all on the barge trying to deal with the smell. Alex is actually playing in the muck.
Her hand is slightly touching the muck, only saying that whenever she touches it, it's getting more dirty because of her.
He's making the water worse.
I don't deal with the smell. I don't smell anything.
Oh, right.
He's actually perfectly comfortable.
Lexi shoots you a dirty look.
He's like, what's so bad about this place? I
Eileen
don't
is
care.
looking over Rebecca's shoulder, who is trying to fix the thing.
Oh, I got a 28 in my roll.
You can fix it, but it's going to take time.
Okay, so I'm fixing it.
And it's going to take probably some parts.
So I can't fix it.
You can fix it, but it's going to take time and probably parts. But you know how. You have the knowledge. And then
The power.
the ship that you see circling over your heads drops down beside the barge. And this is a very unusual ship. It looks like a very large minivan, but instead of having tires, it's got rockets underneath of it. And you see the side door opens up, and you see Karens.
Carrots.
The Karens.
The Karens have come.
Oh god.
No.
The Karens have come.
You simply see Ainun turn around, look at the Karens, and you can all tell behind her mask she just blinked. She's wearing a mask, but all of you can tell she just blinked in what the fuck?
They all know now.
That's right. One of the other things was, Jane, the
Yeah?
Karens are coming, and they're here now.
The Karens are coming.
The Karens are coming.
And you see there are a total of 5 Karens.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
One Karen is dressed like Rob Halford with like sadomasochistic leather and spikes. Of course, a bob haircut. She is human with a bob haircut. And then the next Karen is gigantic and clearly an ogren, judging by her tusks. Massive tusks and gray hairy skin. Still has a bob haircut.
They all have bobs.
Yep, and then the third one is wearing a like a leopard skin outfit. Her skin is green and scaled, sort of reptilian looking with red slitted eyes, and she also has a bob haircut. And then there are 2 other Karens, smaller than the others, and they just look like the Karen that Ainun manhandled, except they're wearing body armor instead of a pantsuit. And the
Sensing a theme here.
Karens? And the Karen that's dressed like Rob Halford addresses you yelling out, "We are here to seeking to apprehend the one who mishandled one of our membership."
Wait, hold on.
Remember when the first riot that was started when you threw
It's him!
when
You then-
Ainun threw a Karen around?
You then see Ainun, the bubble starts breaking her head, and 2 thoughts come across her mind. I could point at you. That would indicate
Since you
that
took credit for the riot.
You took credit for the riot, but the thing is, I did the riot. And this is my chance to be validated for it. So fuck you! Yoon immediately turns around and she sign languages. Do they understand sign language?
Why would they?
Actually, you know what? They're Karens. Punch, they're Karens. She literally sign languages. I am the one that did it.
Karens would typically just say, "Well, was that a gang sign?"
Well,
let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. There are two possibilities.
Turn around. Turn me around.
What did Kevin say?
I didn't say that. I was just like, since you were saying like you're getting validated, and you was like, he's lying. I did it.
Do you say that?
Well, he doesn't even know I'm saying that.
No.
She's busy doing this. Rebecca didn't catch the sign language, but she basically said, "I'm the one that did it. I started the riot."
All right. Oh.
So he's taking credit for it.
I went with a straight up roll, and Karen Demagogue, who is the leader, you know what a demagogue is, and she's the one dressed like Rob Halford, and she holds a device up, presses a button on it, and immediately a hologram appears, and you see the hologram shows Gilgamesh saying, "I started it."
Yoon is pointing to him, and then at herself, and she's pointing, doing this. She's going, "It's me, I'm the one."
I'm still sitting on the tires. I'm not even paying attention. I'm not even looking at them.
Completely unfazed.
Alex then looks over, sees this going on. She gets up and she starts walking over, and she's going, "Hey, who are the bimbos?" What's their reaction?
The Ogren Karen snarls loudly, and then Karen Demagogue yells, "So will you come peacefully, armored one?"
Oh, they're talking to you!
They have completely ignored Ainun. The hologram is still saying, "I started it."
Go give you a moment. I'm about to do something. So
Sure, I'll come along if my companions want me to go with you.
Tiny head in the backpack. Are you kidding me?
My companions want me to go with you.
Ainun looks at you, then looks at the hologram going, "I did it. I started the riot." And then she looks back at the Karens and shakes her head, and she immediately...
Can't even get credit for it from the ones that you did it to.
She then takes a tire and throws it at them.
And so we are you're initiating...
She is meaning this to knock some sense into them. So yes, this is an attack.
Alright, initiating combat.
If
Oh boy.
If Ainun can't be credited for anything, she's going to get credited for attacking these. Especially since they look strong and will make good trophies.
Alright, so Ainun initiates combat. She goes first.
She makes her roll to attack. She rolled a natural 19.
Who is she attacking?
She's attacking the one that has the
Rob Hal, the one demagogue.
The demagogue. She's attacking him with a tire, so she threw it 18 to hit. Because it's a thrown weapon. So
that is not a hit.
Not a hit?
Not a hit.
So what happens to the tire?
She ducks to one side. It bounces off the side of their minivan spaceship and plunks into the goop.
Ew. And it sits there for a few minutes before sinking.
Kind of like the ring in the end of the Lord of the Rings. It just kind of sits there and then slowly melts.
Wow.
She is now yelling inside her mask. It's all Predatorian, so it makes absolutely no goddamn sense.
Mm.
But you then hear her tap her...
Wouldn't you think Rebecca would know it though?
Yeah, she does know it. She's cursing them and the fact that she can't get fucking credit for anything. You then see her for her skill check. She taps it twice. She's holding an action, but she taps it twice, and you start hearing the song, "Let's start a riot, a riot, let's start a riot."
And
She's trying to indicate, I'm the one that started the riot.
next is Gilgamesh, who's still sitting passively on the tires. Doesn't even seem interested in the combat that's ensuing.
Continues to sit, eats a sandwich.
It just conjures out of nowhere.
No, not even teeth. Remember, they eat,
Remember
they eat
how he
differently?
drank? I don't think he ever went into how he drank, but he went into eat, but he went into how they drank where he stuck his finger in the glass and it just kind of disappeared.
He
I'm just
smushes
gonna
it.
nonchalantly chuck a tire at him again.
He chucks his tire.
Leave.
I threw a tire, now you're throwing a tire.
And you got plenty of them to throw.
We should just check this from you.
And which one do you throw a tire at?
The
Biggest
big
one.
The big one.
Knowing you.
Oopsies.
We are still live, by the way, so we're doing...
I got a 29.
That's a hit.
Woo! What dice do I roll for a tire?
D6.
Woo! Ooh, 6. Plus my strength, I guess? For what would they... Is it just a D6 or do I...
D6 plus your strength bonus.
13 points of damage from the tag.
It bounces off the side of her head, mucking up her perfect bob hairdo.
And I'm literally just meh.
She
I
snarls.
can't
and-
believe
and her
that. They
tusks
probably
pop
have
up.
so much hairspray and that it makes a small dent and it stays perfect.
He hit her right squarely on the haircut, so.
And that's how you throw a tire.
And the tire bounces off of her head, and it too plunks into the goop.
Look how I'm still sitting on the tires. I will defeat you with tires.
I'd have to use an action to rearm, sadly.
And
So
next,
she's going to take up her swords as her action. She arms herself with her swords.
she moves to there. What is Gilgamesh's will?
Need to be a 14.
And she yells out, "You like starting riots by throwing people? Throw your Predatorian overboard." And she rolled a 22 over your will, so you have to attack. You have to make an attack against. She's a demagogue. Demagogue, the power is their speech.
Yep.
It's a Karen too.
So on Gilgamesh's next
You have
turn.
given Karen's far too much power.
That's because the more I thought about it, the funnier it became.
You know not the monster which you have unleashed.
Next is Zealot.
Zealot is in the backpack.
Only her head is sticking out.
Just gonna.
And you just got a glimpse upon her command. You saw Gilgamesh's eyes focus, lock right on your companion, Ainun.
I'm just gonna stick a hand out of my bag and wave my fingers and give Ainun a shield.
So Gilgamesh is dominated for at least one round. You'll get the domination is 2 rounds, but you'll get a saving throw on the second round.
A 14-point shield for Ainun.
14 point?
Mhm.
Sweet.
And
I
next,
gotta do your magic just to keep you safe.
and next is Wexy. You're standing.
Take a picture and send it to her.
Oh, right. Sorry.
You're standing on a barge surrounded by hideous sludge, battling alien Karens.
I'll give you a quick overview picture of what's going on.
No, that's fine. What would I roll if I wanted to see, like, do I realize, like, what happened? Like, can I tell that his mind has basically been altered? Or is that something?
Make an awareness check.
Okay.
That gives you time for Jane's picture to get to you. Unless it happened automatically.
Do I have awareness?
Yeah.
I do not.
It'll be wisdom. It'll be wisdom.
18 plus 2. Yeah, no. I kind of figured that. 18 plus 2 is 20.
Yep, you're well aware of what just happened.
Okay, then I'm going after the demagogue. So I am
Leaving child backpack behind. It's literally just a tiny backpack because she's already really small, so of course it's a teeny tiny backpack. But her head's sticking out, so it's like a child backpack.
And it just got unceremoniously dropped upon the ground.
Ow.
I was wrapped around it. I wasn't holding it.
Oh, so you flung it off.
Left it.
No, like, she just curled around it
Oh,
like a
okay.
cat.
Oh, she wasn't holding. All right.
Yeah, no, how am I going to hold it? Well, I mean, I guess I have the tentacles, but how am I going to hold it?
In your mouth?
I'm just making it. I'm just, keeping it close for comfort. But now there's people, so
All right,
screw these people.
move Wexy over to the demagogue, which is the white figurine.
Are we using the Strider mechanic that we talked about earlier?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not try it out?
All right, cool. So that means I get both my attacks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's news to me.
That is 2 hit would be 12 plus 7 is 19, and 17 plus 7 is high.
Yeah, if that is a hit, what do you?
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying both hit. Like I was attacking twice, and that's 2 hits. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the damage. Which is absolute shite. 8 plus. Oh, maybe not so much shite. 8 plus 7 is 15 total for both hits.
All right.
Who's next?
Who is the one that goes next?
Next, it will be. Karen Ajax, the big one.
The big one that had a tire.
Oh no!
Oh. What do you want?
She moves out to there. And let's see. Yeah, she moves out to there, and she is going to make an attack against Wexy.
Not the one that just hit her in the head with a tire?
No, because he's been commanded to do something else.
Oh, right.
He's under the control of her leader, so she
No
doesn't
need to
want
attack that.
No, she makes she attacks. What's Wexy's armor class?
14.
She attacks twice and hits twice.
I see what's coming your way.
For a total of 16 points. And what is Wexy's strength? Because she's grappling.
My
your athletics.
Oh, athletics. Ooh, okay.
And roll
I have.
with your athletic. Use your athletics because she's grabbed you and she's trying to overpower you. So it's a grapple. It's strength. It's grapple versus grapple. Use your athletics and add your natural weapons. Add your natural weapons number bonus to it.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Oh
All right, I'm getting the fail wheel out. Give me 1 second. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba.
She didn't do much better. She rolled a 2.
no! She rolled a 2.
Your opponent didn't do much better. She rolled a 2.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, there it is. Wheel of failure. Oh God, I didn't realize that would be so loud.
Whoa.
Jeepers!
Oh no,
Oh no.
the Eagles are coming.
No!
So more Karens.
More Karens are
arrive.
coming.
What happened?
No!
All right.
Done.
I can't believe you've done this.
How could you do this to us, Sarah? I trusted you.
And next is Karen Fire
The
Breather.
wrong dice. I picked up the wrong dice. I picked up one that I hadn't trained yet. I'm sorry.
Alright, we kill you later.
She moves out to here, and that's her go because that was more than one move action.
Who's next?
Next is Rebecca.
Well, Rebecca, because she's closest to. She's going to take a step back and pick up the backpack because child is in the backpack. Must protect child because nanny. And then she's going to diagnose that one.
All right.
So let's make sure I can. Oof. She's a 4. What?
Which what?
I don't understand how TJ.
She rolled a 1.
No,
Do I have to? No.
I rolled a 4.
We're doing.
It's
great.
not a 1,
Not much better.
but it's not a 1.
Oh, no, it's not a 1.
No, not a 1.
It's not a 1, which is good enough. I don't know. It's diagnosis. It's a +2. I guess it's does. I don't need to roll it because it's not towards. Yeah, it's not towards her. It's towards Wexy. I forgot. Gosh. It gives Wexy a +7 to hit.
Okay.
That's
Wexy's currently grappled.
yeah, but
We'll give the +7 for Wexy to break the grapple,
yes, that works.
which Wexy is going to want to do.
I certainly hope so.
Mm-hmm. Because Karen Ajax is planning on throwing her into the sludge.
Ah!
Oh no.
Get out of there!
And next is Alex.
Alex is going to do what Alex does best.
We
See-
depressed it.
That really large Karen, the Karen Ajax one, right?
Yep, the one that's currently planning on throwing Wexy into the sludge.
Yeah. She is going to do a skill check. Depression Wave. In fact, it's going to essentially affect everybody because it's a skill check.
And they're all grouped together, too.
Yep.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 1 on that.
I heard Kevin. Oh, these rolls are really going well.
So I'm going to
Darkness.
turn down the volume for a second. Oh wait, hold on. That's the in-game. That's the in-call. Wait, let me turn that. Let me turn the media down. Are you still there, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, that's good. I rolled. Hero's Choice. Naturally, Karens have a hard time being depressed, so I'm going to use an action to do the skill check again. Alright, that's a lot better. So essentially, I failed that skill check simply because I had to remember they don't give two craps about millennials. So my depression has to be tailor-made for the Karen. 35 to basically make them feel so depressed. So depressed. And when I mean depressed, I mean like, oh my god, my favorite hairstylist is not going to be here for the rest of the year.
Unfortunately...
And I am apparently a manager myself.
Unfortunately, Karens are immune to depression. Because they are so full of themselves that they cannot ever be wrong about anything.
Well, Alex just kind of sits down, watches, and she goes, there goes Wexy. There's nothing she can do. All her powers are based on depression, except for holding people. But I wish you had told... But I rolled a 1, so I had to make the other roll, and that's what I realized. So, I have one more action. Oh, no! I know what she can do. Let me just double check. Nope, I have no powers to be able to help. Can't do that. I am going to do something. Let's see what happens. I can make one more skill check. Because essentially the first one's free, second one I used, third one. You see her move her hand, and she's attempting to make it look like Wexy is no longer there. Essentially, Wexy is now... She's essentially bent... She's obfuscating Wexy. She's hiding her in shadows. So essentially, she's made her invisible. But I'm going to make a roll for that.
I mean, that might work.
Did you roll another one? The ones are attacking again.
Oh, the dragon made it dive.
Because the dragon's like, I can't handle all these ones.
There's so many ones tonight.
And it's you guys throwing them, not the enemies.
The dragon made a nosedive.
We can barely hear Sarah, by the way.
I'm fixing it.
I thoroughly researched the whole Karen phenomenon when I came up with these things.
Is that better, Sarah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And the more I did, the funnier it got.
No, I see. I know why. That should fix it.
So who's next?
Next is the Karens. And luckily, when the Eagles came in, I rolled and only one more appeared.
Did she like crawl out of the sludge?
No, she was just. They're just. I could just make.
Let me speak to your manager.
No, she was the pilot of the. She's the pilot of the minivan.
Yeah. One comes up and accosts poor Raymond.
Oh, poor Raymond.
Well, where's his manager?
He's his own manager. I think.
And she immediately grabs him, pins him back against the tires, sticks a finger in his face because he is the manager of this particular ship, and begins giving all of her complaints.
Oh, Raven.
And this Karen right here she immediately holds a finger up, screams loudly in Noon's direction.
Oh no.
Oh, never mind. She rolled a 2.
Wow.
And the last one draws a pistol.
A Karen with a gun.
Yep.
Karen with a gun.
Moves right there to the edge of the tire pile and fires past her comrade. If she misses badly, she might hit her comrade at Noon. No, she rolls well.
Higher than 12, I guess?
Yeah. Definitely higher than 12. And she does 18 points of damage. Max damage.
Ow.
Somewhat spicy meatball.
18 points of
Yep,
damage?
and we're at the top of the round now.
Bum. Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum bum bum bum
And
bum.
Wexy is going first. She has +7 to break the grapple.
How much was it?
18.
Okay.
Well, we're not using that base because it's a tick 4. Because I don't know where that went in the darkness. But I'm going to do the doggy wiggle, and I'm going to get out of
The doggy wiggle.
natural 20.
You easily escape. She rolled a 6.
If I could flick her off, I would.
You escape her grasp, so go ahead and make your full attack against whoever.
I'm going after her, because screw that bitch.
Was it a nat 20 before the 7?
Yeah, no, it was legit in that 20
Yeah,
before the
so
7.
Then I vote that she gets kicked backwards.
Oh no, I don't want her going anywhere.
No, she just wants to escape and attack.
I don't want her going anywhere. I'm just going to throw it out.
So you're attacking the big one, or you're attacking the demagogue again?
I'm attacking the one that just tried to throw me overboard.
All right, make your.
I mean, that's...
That is a 20 to hit and a what is 19 plus 7?
26.
Yeah, I was about to say just a 20 and a 26.
One hit, one miss.
Oh, okay. Damn. I think I rolled a 7 on that damage, so 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 damage.
Nice.
Woo!
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 And next is Gilgamesh,
Who has to try to throw?
who has been programmed to attack and throw overboard Ainu.
Well, this is, not helpful.
So I,
5-foot step.
or my 5-foot really jump off the tires. And then, I guess, strength to try to pick you up.
Of course I'm going to resist.
I don't think so.
And as he grabs her,
I don't think
Can
so.
you roll a 1 for once?
I did. The other day or the other time.
Natural 20. So that was his attack to hit, right?
so what, you rolled a natural 20?
To pick,
So-
to pick him up.
We're now grappling.
Uh-huh.
You now have to overcome.
So I need to do my strength.
Your basically it's your athletics plus your natural weapons if you have a natural, or barehanded if you have such.
All right, Kevin. We'll turn our calculators to each other and see if it wins or loses. All right?
And you said athletics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Athletics, right?
I beat you by 2.
I am grappled and he has successfully overcome me.
It would be funny if when he grabs her, he says, I started it, bitch.
No, he picks me up and goes, run!
That's just insult to injury.
Oh, damn it.
And...
So is that my go, or can I attempt to, just chuck her right here?
Yeah, you can attempt to chuck her.
You were told to chuck me overboard.
Yep.
And there's nothing I can do at this point.
Oh, no, you have the calculator. Fine, I'll just use my phone calculator.
Sorry. Here.
He's got to make a hell of a chuck, though. He's got to throw her like 15 feet to get her.
So would that be athletics again, or my strength?
Yeah, athletics again.
23?
That gets her. Just barely. She's in the goop.
Whee!
Splat.
How deep is the sludge? And that's my go.
A huge splash of black, sticky, stinking goo splashes up over the deck as Ainun goes over, and Wexy realizes that was almost you. And next is...
Probably get rid of your Sarah picture.
Yep.
I don't know what the winter turn is.
Oh, that's not a photo. That's my camera.
I mean, that's a calculator.
Yeah.
What is Wexy's will?
Oh, God.
No!
Jesus.
Not my Wexy!
What'd you say your will was?
12.
Be 12. Oh, boy.
Alright, you are dominated as Demagogue shouts, kill the robot.
No, don't kill the robot.
You are dominated for 2 rounds. On the second round, you'll get a saving throw against the domination.
Oh boy. This is going exactly how horribly it can go with Karen.
And next is Fire Breather. Who is, although these other Karens are getting not allowed to attack because Demagogue is taking out all their targets. And she goes and... Are these good for the board?
Yeah.
She's breathing fire. Is that Rebecca and Zelith there, or?
Yes.
Yep. Rebecca has Zelith on her shoulders, so it's...
What is the reflex for them?
Reflex. 14 for Rebecca and 11 for Zelith, but because she can't really be reflexive aside from dodging into her bag, it's all up to Rebecca to keep her safe.
Alright, so what is Rebecca's 14?
14.
14, Rebecca did not keep her safe.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
She didn't roll very good on damage.
Oh, good, because that's the 2 healers.
15 points total. And...
Ow!
Spicy meatballs.
I like almost half my damage. Half my health. For Rebecca, anyway.
Not so bad. I'm already at half health.
She continues accosting Raymond, since he is the manager of this particular vessel. And this one moves here to protect Demagogue. And this one goes up there and takes a shot at Rebecca.
Oof.
Again, Rebecca has done very little.
And...
There's 5 of these bitches?
Yes!
Oh, there was 5, now there's 6 because the Eagles came. We need the fail wheel.
The fail!
Finally!
Fail wheel.
Karen,
We forgot to do the thing.
We need our real fail wheel back.
Full damage on ally.
Full damage on ally.
Alright. For your sakes, hopefully she gets sheep demagogue.
Yeah, at this point, we're rolling shit tonight.
Mm.
So for all those who say, "Hey,
She
those
shoots-
guys seem to be cheating," no, we're fucking, but we're rolling terribly. You think we'd be cheating at this point?
She shoots fire breather.
Fire breather. Which, by the way, for those who don't believe me, here's full damage. Let's see, full damage on ally.
And next is Zealous.
Who's feeling hot, hot, hot?
I'm feeling hot, hot, hot.
No, Rebecca, not Zealous.
Okay, then.
Rebecca.
Make up your mind!
Can you make up your mind?
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just gonna.
GTFO?
Yep. And I'm also going to. Nope, that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna hop away.
Whee!
Who's next?
Next is Zealous.
Woo!
Your other character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were back to back. I just thought
I
I
know.
just had it reversed.
I'm just gonna give shield. Should I give a shield? Yeah, I'll give a shield to my dear friend. Oops,
Which one?
you.
Me.
In fact, I'm going to do 2, so that's 13. Because of the 6-point power, I can do it twice.
Okay. Who's getting the shield?
16.
Me.
That was a 19. 13 and 19 for you. Do the math. I'm already giving you it.
For a 32-point shield.
So wait, Tim. Quick question: which one of my characters is coming up next? Eileen or Alex?
I need.
Okay.
Who's
She's
in the water?
next,
Or
actually.
in the,
Okay,
in
she's
the,
next.
the sludge. Which question is the boat still moving during all this, or is the boat just kind of stopped?
No, the boat has stopped.
It just moves slightly.
Yep.
Gurgle, gurgle.
What went through your eyes as you got chucked through the air?
I'm wearing a mask. She's going to spend. I'm guessing it's going to take 2 actions to get up and out.
Okay, yep. So,
Put me back on the deck. It takes me 2 actions. And for her last action, you still hear "Let's start a riot," but it's gurgled and muffled. She's
Is
wiping
it
the
sludge
slime
damage?
off of her. She's actually taking a skill check to clean herself off. So let's see how well she can roll this time. 6.
there are things writhing in the sludge that is stuck to you. And they seem to be sticking to you and not coming off.
Ew.
Ew.
Well.
Sludge leeches!
No.
I am so grateful that's not me.
It'd be in like your gills and whatnot.
And next is Ajax. And Ajax holds her action.
Woo! Who's next?
And next, because Wexy is dominated and Gilgamesh is dominated. If she attacks you, then she just gives you a bonus to your saving throw. And next is Alex.
Give me 1 second. I'm looking something up. It is to this, by the way. I just want to see what... I had an idea, but I want to make sure... Okay. Alex is looking at them, and it occurs to her that these Karens... She's going to take a skill check. A quick little skill check. To figure out something. Her skill check is to basically deduce that the Karens want to be validated. Essentially, she wants to try to appease the Karens.
To appease the Karens. That's a different approach.
She's trying to figure out why they're mad. Essentially, she understands that they are absolutely fucking insane, but they do want to be appeased. Essentially, they feel wronged.
Hmm.
Wow, 19.
The core of a Karen is entitlement. You do not manhandle the entitled.
Alright.
That is why they are so pissed off, because someone dared to manhandle the entitled Karen.
Alright.
I told you I did research on the whole Karen phenomenon.
I'm so glad you did. This is so fun.
She stops for a second. She goes, okay, so she's very entitled. Karens are entitled, which means that they
completely
feel
entitled.
She then goes,
which means they get whatever they want when they want, and they know they will get. That's why they're immune to depression, because they're so entitled.
And it also means that so essentially, if they're not getting what they want, they'll go to the next higher up. Right now, they are seeing us as there's no one higher than us. She is now going to attempt to lie to the Karens.
Okay.
She's going to make a roll, and she's going to take a skill. She's going to use one of her action points.
Very creative role-playing when the battle is turned completely against the players.
I'm guessing I can
Are you drawing a Karen?
No.
Oh. I thought it looked like it kind of looked like a bob haircut, a creature with a bob haircut.
No, just very spiky, fluffy
So
hair.
the roll is 17, and this is what she says.
Who does she address?
Who's the most entitled out of them all?
Probably Demagogue, the leader.
She looks at Demagogue, and she says, I have no idea why you're yelling at the help when the King of the Red Rose was the one that sent us to that hotel to start a riot.
The Emperor of the Rose.
The Emperor. She's essentially saying the Emperor of the Rose sent us to that hotel to start a riot because they weren't paying their taxes. Essentially, she picked her. Essentially, she's saying she's just a tool. The manager said to pick that woman up. That's basically what she just said. Someone else, the higher up, did it, which means that your real beef is with the manager.
Okay, well,
Clever.
let's see what she thinks of it. And we are at top of round 3 now.
Dun dun bum bum.
And Karen Demagogue goes first. So we will find out immediately.
Sweet.
Well, not so sweet if she doesn't believe it.
I mean...
She holds her action because she seems to be pondering
The thing.
the thing. Which means at the very least you've kept her from dominating somebody else in the party. And
Who's next?
next is Alex, it looks like.
Oh, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Her third roll was actually high for once.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait. She's going to make another roll to continue to build on what she did. So that's 10.
So this little drama inside the drama is taking place between these two.
10. It's a 10. I add 5 to my 5. It's 10. But essentially, I'm adding it onto the other roll, and I will use my other actions to roll again. Another 10. And a 1. But
you should have kept your mouth shut because her thoughtful look becomes a glare.
Uh-oh. You fucked up.
she's just trying to say, like, you see her just kind of going on and on about how King has been saying up this entire thing, and then suddenly it starts breaking down. She's a terrible liar.
Demagogue takes her action now. What is Alex's will?
Oh, God.
Actually, it's pretty good. 16.
Spicy.
Yeah, and you avoided as she commands you to jump overboard. You're able to resist the urge.
She
rolled a 2.
She just looks at the Mega Karen and goes, "Why are you mad at us? It's the king that told us to come do the thing, but no, you don't want to listen to us."
And
who's next?
Next is Wexy.
Wexy, can you save this?
Wexy's under control.
Lexi is dominated.
Yeah, Wexy is dominated. She's got to go kill the robot.
Who's on the other side?
The robot went, no.
Oh no!
Bad touch!
Bad touch.
This is my notice card.
Oh no.
Can I reach her? I think I can reach her, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's my movement again?
More than when I moved.
Stupidly high. Oh, fuck. Let me get the book. I can't remember what my movement is.
I think it's 8 or 7. It's either +2 or plus.
It was 7 or 9. I found my notes for that song. That's where they were.
Sweet!
+2 to movement, so that puts me at what? 7, right?
8.
8?
Because standard is 6.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You're right in
I
front.
can get there.
Yep, you can get there and make an attack on the poor robot.
Help.
Well, technically I get 2 attacks because Strider, but... Okay, hang on. I'm going to take a picture of this and send it to you guys because I literally rolled 2 3s.
Wow.
And my phone is dead, so never mind. No, I won't.
So I say that tonight is cursed because no one's rolling well at all.
Are terrible.
This is a good thing.
Mm.
I wanted to roll, like, low because I didn't want to actually... Okay, I managed to take a picture.
Yeah,
of it.
you gotta take the good with the
This
bad.
needs to be
Yep.
saved.
And it forces
This is
more
awesome.
creativity when the dice aren't going in your favor.
And then you fuck up your creativity by continuing to roll those dice that keep fucking you over. It's like a vicious cycle.
So that means it's 10 to hit for either one of them.
And I mean, I think
No.
I believe you. That's a miss because I think it's 14, isn't it? Aren't
Yep.
all of them 14?
All of them's 14.
Yep, you missed. You didn't kill the robot. Next is Zealous.
Who just had your doggy attack your friend?
We've been so preoccupied trying to, like, not be hurt. We've been so preoccupied trying not to be hurt that ultimately all we've ended up doing is not using any of our fucking powers.
I've been
That's what
using
happens when you're got an air
heals.
facing an enemy that's
Well, I mean,
dominating you.
like we haven't used our powers, our big meaty powers against the Karen because the Karen keeps mind tricking us or throwing us over the fucking edge.
True.
Oh.
Zelith is going to,
Fuck the shit I'm out.
Basically.
well, I don't think she's going to chicken out, but she's going to, kind of reach into,
She goes and hides in her pack or...
she's not a coward, unlike Bijou. But she is going to, kind of reach out to Wexy through her mind, trying to reach out to Wexy, saying, "You're attacking the wrong person. Calm down. Relax. You're under you're under somebody else's control. You're not under your own. Stop.
Make a roll and add your charisma
Oh, that shouldn't be too hard.
bonus to it.
Bub. But
You gotta be freaking kidding me!
A 1.
You did not.
Did you roll another 1, Jane?
I did!
Fucking hell.
You accomplished nothing.
I did!
Lexi looks as determined as ever to tear Rebecca apart.
Oh boy.
Bad juju.
Next is Gilgamesh, who gets to make a saving throw against the domination.
what do I add?
Your wisdom.
So straight up roll. Fun. I got a 19.
You break the. Finally, somebody can do something besides kill
or run away.
Their allies.
And then he says, you know what? I feel like joining the carrot. And he changes his helmet to look like a carrot.
He puts a bob wig on top of his armored head.
That's a valid point.
Karen Gorlakai.
It's like a bob, like a cheap bob wig is on top of the helmet.
I swear to God.
Nope. I'm going to... go to there. I'm going to attempt to pick the demigod up and chuck her overboard.
Chuck her overboard.
Oh boy, here we go. Now here comes the 1.
See.
He's already had a 1, so maybe it's out of his system.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I kept rolling 1s. Tonight's the night of the 1s for 1s.
So what would I add? Strength
Your
or athletics?
Athletics. Well, to hit, you just have to hit. To hit is just an attack roll.
So I would use my barehanded.
Yeah,
So I got a 29.
that's a hit. Now you use your I'll use athletics plus your barehanded if you have a barehanded.
I do have a barehanded.
Kevin, you have bears for hands.
No, I don't.
Your gauntlets look like bears.
No.
I thought
His shoulders look like bears.
Yeah.
Oh, his shoulders just look like bears. Okay.
So 31 to attempt to pick her up.
You succeeded in picking her up.
So now I need to roll to see if I throw her.
Mm-hmm. And you're right at the edge, so it shouldn't be hard.
I'm guessing athletics again.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what Sarah's doing.
Neither do I. Making weird noises. I got a 28.
You fling her into the goop. She gives a very loud scream as you've just thrown the most entitled of the Karens into the hideous goop.
And stay there.
And
Which one was this again? Was this
The one who mind fucked us.
he just flung her out into the goop.
I just threw the. I am slowly solving the problem.
And next is Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Who's a water doggo in her face?
Oh, no.
Run away!
2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5, 6. Just gotta scooch over here. And... check my other page. Actually, I'm gonna cancel that. I'm gonna move over here. Just a 5-foot step.
And do what?
And I'm going to use my power stop. It's versus fortitude and repels 3 over 2 targets.
Ooh, what are you going to do?
Just gonna push these guys.
Pushing Wexy away.
Pushing Wexy. It's called stop. It's supposed to repel 2 characters.
Essentially, it's
Separate
stop!
them from each other.
Yes.
Yep.
So the concept is to push Wexy away from everyone while also pushing Alex towards the enemies so that she's closer.
Oh.
Yes. That's how the card goes.
All right, make your
Like, do something!
make your roll.
What am I supposed to do?
It'll go
They're immune to my strongest attack.
It'll
Depression.
go against Lexi's fortitude. And if Alex resists, it'll go against her fortitude.
Does she resist?
No, she's a fucking depressed vegetable. You think she's going to resist that? Just move her.
That would be a 15.
What's Wexi's fortitude?
12.
You moved Wexy.
Whee!
How many spaces? I pushed them
3 spaces.
3 spaces. I don't want to go that way. 1, 2, 3.
Fling her into the drink.
No.
She's at the edge.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, why is the fire breather person down?
Why is she?
She just got knocked over.
Shouldn't be down. I didn't knock her down.
And
I can imagine the.
Next is Ainun.
Ainun. Finally, Ainun can do something.
And you just saw me check.
Yeah,
One of the Karens overboard.
the one that's been really fucking us all over this entire time overboard. Good job on you, the Demi. So, the Karen's right in front of me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
her
fire
back is
breather
towards
right in
you.
front, and her back is to you.
Okay,
So
like,
bonus.
she is going to...
So you get +1 to your attack against her because her back is to you.
She is going... Well, they're just going to get back up again. She's going to attack by doing Dance with the Dead. Oh, wait, she's not in the prime position to do that. Kevin would be, but not me.
I can't do that.
And she's going to try to grapple. So she's going to attack.
We got all kinds of throwing people into the goop going on here.
This is
Not bad.
But it's not good either.
19 to hit. Well, no, 20. It'd be 20 to hit the one in front of me.
And
I'm attempting to grapple.
that is a miss.
To grapple?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wow.
Bollocks.
I attack with my sword then.
Make your attack.
Come on!
Another 1.
No.
No.
thank God.
12 to hit.
Not a hit. The dice are betraying you tonight.
They are horrid tonight.
I don't think they like.
That's my go. That's my
I don't think they like the tower.
All of our dice, even the ones that aren't even touching the tower, hates the tower.
It was rolling. I had the tower 2 weeks ago.
True. We do like the tower. It's just...
The
maybe it was something new.
Right.
Maybe it's the dragon!
Ajax makes a 5-foot step backwards, uses an action to arm her weapon, which is a minigun,
Fun.
and fires it at Gilgamesh.
Spicy.
Your armor class
20.
did not roll a 1.
Did you roll enough to hit?
Yep, she
Damn.
did. She rolled fairly well. The enemies are rolling fairly well. And Gilgamesh takes 26 points of damage. And next is
Meh.
the Karens. The 2 on either sides of you both fire pistols at you.
At me. A little old me.
And 1 hits, 1 misses. The one that hits does 12 points. And the third one continues to accost poor Raymond.
This
And-
combat has just like continually went south.
And Fire Breather spins around, to attack.
What was that?
I said repeatedly.
Yes.
Fire Breather spins around to attack Ainun, whose armor class is
12.
She still managed to miss you.
Yay!
She rolled
Because of the spin. It was
She
because of the
rolled
spin
Everyone
move.
is fucking up.
She rolled a 2. And we're at the 4th round. And these enemies still have a lot of life left in them.
Oh, man.
I'm getting
And
in our coke.
Gilgamesh is first this round.
Well, seeing as how I just got shot as a from a minigun. A 5-foot step. And let's actually use motherfucking power. Do 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 do. What about a 30?
It's a hit.
Woo!
Woot, woot.
Luckily, the Dominate power can't force you to use powers on each other.
Oh, that's good.
Just makes you attack each other. You can still choose what attack you're going to do.
For 34 points of damage.
First real damage against
Big.
one of the big Karens. Finally, you have one of them that is badly damaged.
And that's my go.
And next is Ajax. We got. She fires. She takes another 5-foot step back. If you can move her back, I can't reach. And fires the minigun at Gilgamesh again.
Which one's Ajax?
The big one.
The big boy. The big hawking mass.
And she hits you with the minigun again. For 29 points this time. Almost max damage.
Meh.
And they're all going before most of you this round.
Ow.
Fire Breather attacks Ainun again.
12 armor. Yep.
She'd be hit you even without her bonus. And she breathes fire.
Are you feeling hot, hot, hot?
18 points. Continues to go south. The Karen that's
Of all the things
accosting.
that would TPK us, Karen's was not on the short list of things I would bet on.
What's that? That would be wiping you out would be Karen's?
I vote we
Yeah.
just all surrender.
You could do that.
But will we?
And all 3 of the Karens fire at Gilgamesh. Two hits, 1 miss. He takes a total of 24 points. And next is Wexy, who gets a chance to break free of
Meryl.
I'm going to break free.
My
Oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. Rolled a 17 plus what?
doesn't matter, you broke free.
Woohoo! Okay. The demagogue went over, right?
Yep,
Yes.
she's in the sludge.
You're welcome. Although she might come back pretty mad.
I don't like the fact that my mind was taken over.
Not very many people would like that.
I mean, I chucked her overboard
How,
for doing that.
how far am I from the edge?
What edge are you talking about?
You're right on the edge. You're right on the edge. You come back to your mind, and you're looking down into the sludge.
I
But on
gave
the-
you an upgraded picture.
Yeah, you're on the other side of where the of us are.
Opposite side from where she got thrown overboard.
I won't be
No,
in
I
a
did not give you an
minute.
upgrade picture. I'm sorry.
Give her an
You
upgrade.
have not, no.
I thought I did.
Can I...
Why is it really?
Okay, you may have to help me through with this.
I have no idea.
What time is it? 10.
It's 10.
No, a second. Why is it hot in here?
I don't know why it's hot.
One,
My
two,
titty is itchy.
What?
Okay, if I use my full move, if I use my full movement to get as far towards her in the sludge as I can, is there a way that I can burn action points to move farther?
You can. What an action point does is gives you an extra action. So you could.
You could
Can she
essentially-
get all the way across with 2 move actions? It would
1,
be 16.
2,
It would be
3, 4,
16.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Yes,
11.
she can. 2 move actions get you all the way to that edge. If you use an action point, you can take 1 more action.
Okay,
and use a basic attack.
You also have a hero point.
Or that too.
If you use a hero point, you
Right.
can do another full round action.
I'm doing that. Alright, so you see Wexy just
Beeline.
Like, head, get her mind start snarling at the other side where the demagogue went over, and she is going to run just hell-mel and dive into the sludge
Right on top of her.
right on top of her, and she is going to
Right? Make your attack
I'm gonna
on her.
drag her under.
Make your attack on her. Using the hero point, you still got a full round of attack.
Okay, that's good. 18 plus 7
That's a hit.
is... Yeah.
18 plus 7 is a hit.
Okay. So that's just a bite down on her. So I'm going to use my any movement that I have left, and I am going to take her and just swim down.
Alright, so you're diving with her into the goop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Wexy's taking one for the team.
Yes, definitely taking one for the... Alright, so how much damage do you roll your bite damage?
Light damage is okay, that's not bad. 4 plus 5 is 9.
Alright,
You
and
couldn't throw in
and-
danger 100.
And
do
then-
I have to burn
you don't have
to burn that hero point yet?
Well, the hero you burnt the
Have I used that yet, or did I use
if
it?
you if you haven't used the hero point, then you're done with this action. If you use the hero point, you still have
no.
more action to go.
I'm using that hero point, and I am going to use my power Electric Surge, which is a blast. And I am just going to smack her in the face with it.
Right, make your... Oh, well, actually, use your athletics to do an overpower grapple. And if you get
Okay.
that, then your power will be an automatic damage on her.
Okay, roll 13 plus 8 is 21.
You got her, so roll your damage. It's automatically hit.
Woo!
Get
Hit her with that spicy lightning.
this. Okay,
She's getting damaged this round.
that's a 5, an 8, and a 3 for... shit. 16 lightning damage.
In
Which hopefully gets
liquid.
more because water. Ish.
Roll a d10.
Roll on a d10. Roll on a d100 because I put my d10 away. I could do that.
See what the conductivity of the sludge is.
6.
All right. You inflict grievous damage on her,
Spicy lightning!
but she's not dead yet.
She's totally now not happy.
But she is totally unhappy.
Not to mention, she's probably going to get some drowning damage eventually.
And next is
She's living every retail person's
Yes.
dream, drowning a
This
Karen.
is so cathartic. You have no idea.
all right. It's Demagogue's turn. She attempts to break your grapple. So roll your grapple again.
Not as good, but you said athletics, right?
Yep.
19.
She rolled shit, so you've still got her grappled.
You stand under, you bitch.
So she is still under. And next
Nom,
is
nom.
Rebecca. Now things are turning in your favor.
Whoopsies.
A combo attack. First, getting chucked over, and then lightning the shit out of her.
Well, I wouldn't recommend putting a robot in there. It would not end well for the robot.
We never put a robot in there. Yet. What is Rebecca going to do?
Rebecca is going to heal you. First aid.
Me a happy-go-lucky.
And then is Ainun.
Ainun gets to do something again. Let's see if she can roll another one.
You know, now that you said that, you're just gonna roll a 1.
I swear to God.
7.
7? Oh, you got? Better.
Zelith has a better heal because TJ gave me 2 6s for the heal instead of 1d12, which makes the 2 6s a +7 rather than a +6.
But the lowest you can ever do is higher than the other one. What? It's been a while since I made it.
Yeah, but I can do if it's a d12, it's a 6-point power in which I can do it twice.
It's my turn.
Yes, go. Do something.
He's still trying the tower.
I'm attacking.
He's still using the tower.
You didn't roll a 1 this time.
14 to hit. Armor class.
Not a hit.
Roll again. That's definitely not a hit.
The tower does not like his dice well at all.
Well, she slashes twice. Oh God, this combat's just going south.
I think it's the sludge. It's still getting to you.
Oh. And last is Zealot.
I even had a combat advantage on her.
Then you fail.
You have not managed to shake this dice jinx at all.
How's your health?
44.
How's your health?
18.
You're gonna need more health.
I was at 11. That's
12.
That's what happens when you get hit with a bunch of bullets.
2. 14.
And that's the end of the round. Top of the round, Gilgamesh goes first.
Hang on. The volume control for Sarah fell on the floor. I need to make sure that we can hear.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Yep.
Well then.
What is it?
You might actually end this in 5 rounds.
Sweet.
You know the favorite skip? Saying hello to the minigun Karen and Smacking her with a hammer. Again.
Because being extremely entitled does not make for high morale when those entitlements are broken.
For a 30 to hit.
That is a hit. And you probably kill her with your strength bonus. Because she's in single digits.
My strength bonus is a 7. But my damage that I'm rolling on my dice is a 10. Because of everything else.
10 total?
Yeah. But without the
What,
dice.
minimum is 10?
Yeah, without rolling.
Yeah, you kill her with the minimum. She's at 9, so.
Kersplat.
Describe, well, or not kill her. This is Hero Builder. The choice is yours.
Do you save her?
Do you just knock her out, take her hostage? To truly humiliate a vastly entitled Karen?
Shave her hair.
No.
I'm going to... She's going to be still alive. I'm going to hit her so hard she falls into the sludge behind.
Just constantly the sludge.
You knock her over the back and she plunges into the sludge.
Straight up batter motion.
And next is we got... Everybody rolled shit on this round.
Yeah.
She's gone. And let's see. Inoon and Rebecca. My demagogue, probably. What are the dexes of Inoon and Rebecca?
$14.
Which defense did you need?
Dex.
Dex.
I shouldn't have looked it up. I knew it was going to be 14.
I thought
It's always
it was
freaking 14.
What is yours? 9. 9. Rebecca goes first.
Oh,
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Because her and Demagogue are tied, and I'll give Rebecca the benefit.
Wow.
We've all been rolling ones. He's taking pity on us.
No, they both had 14 for Dex.
But what do you do? What is Rebecca going to do now?
Rebecca is going to give
It's just showing.
a +7 to hit.
Alright.
No, that's pity.
Alright.
That's major pity.
Next is Demagogue, and Demagogue is going to try to break the grapple. And what is Wexy's counter grapple?
Ah, shit, that's got 10. 9 plus 8 is 17.
She did not succeed. And
You holding this bitch down.
So
She ain't going
is-
nowhere.
she is still injured. And
Drowning the Karen.
next is Inoon, who has +7 to her attack.
Wow.
She might roll high enough to get a hit this time.
Oh!
She rolled an 18.
Woo!
18 plus 7 plus 8.
That's a hit without the +7.
33 to hit.
That is a hit.
Finally, she gets to do something. I need 2d8. And obviously I activate this Decisive Strike, so this attack is a fucking double damage. 8 plus 8 times 2 plus 6. 38 points of damage.
Alright, describe what you do to Karen Firebreather. It's Hero Builder, so
Fate's in my hands.
she would be a very good kill.
God, she would be.
These Karens have been damn tough.
Has anyone actually killed a Karen or just knocked them over into the sludge?
No one's actually killed
I'm
a
pretty
Karen.
sure Wexy's trying to kill this Karen.
Demi Gorgon Karen.
Cannot be
You
trusted
see
with
her
this guy.
snicker snack at this Karen, cutting off kind of like in
Her bob haircut.
in the Princess
Shaving
Bride,
her bob haircut.
Yeah, just kind of also now she just has like this weird mohawk. And then the Karen drops to her knees because obviously, hit point wise, she's defeated. But it means that I've taken her pride, and now she's is kneeling right there.
She crumbles.
She crumbles
And just clutches at her head and going in just with a long series of, oh, no, 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 no.
Ainun then points into her face, and you hear the robotic mask go, I'm the one that started that riot. Didn't think I'd forget, did ya?
She continues to just go, no, no. And she's a quiver going through.
You've broken a Karen.
She's like in a palsy, just saying, no, 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 no. And searching for the hair, because you've shaved her down to scalp. I mean, it's actually shiny.
You've broken a Karen. How do you feel?
Good.
You've broken a Karen.
Who's next?
Next is Fire Breather's down. Wexy is next.
Good.
Yeah, she's in your power. You can do whatever you want.
I am swimming deeper down.
At some point she stops struggling.
Girl!
And then
my mind. Is she dead?
At some point she stops struggling, and you feel that you are no longer swimming. You are now burrowing into something that is semi-solid. You've reached the bottom, and you are burrowing into the bottom of the gunk.
The muck.
She stopped struggling.
Yeah,
so
she has stopped struggling.
I'm going to kick off of her and swim back up.
As you kick off, you drive her more deeply down. She is becoming snared in the bottom.
A Karen masterpiece. A Karen statue.
And
Oh my god.
I did not
next,
think this through. How am I getting back up?
Swimming.
swimming, and you'll be and we'll be checking your checking your fortitude. All that is left is the little Karens, and when you are entitled, you don't have a lot of morale, so they promptly give up. And Wexy, what is your fortitude? Let's see if Wexy surfaces.
Is 12.
Alright, make an athletics check. The gunk is trying to hold you down. It's not like swimming through water, it's thicker than water.
Oh no.
It's more like trying to swim through gelatin.
15 plus 8 is 23.
You reach the surface. Wexy breaks the surface, and she is so covered with gunk and crawling, slimy things that she barely looks like Wexy anymore.
Oh boy.
Just this huge blob of black slime.
Just call out, get me out of this.
It's literally like the river just shit something out onto the deck. She smells that bad.
I go over to the edge and help her get out of the sludge.
And
Alex is too not Alex.
Karen
Ainun is too busy yelling at the one Karen still.
who is still now weeping, and Karen Ajax has crawled back onto the deck and flopped down, and she's begun to quiver and weep because she's covered with sludge too. You've broken 2 Karens.
I'll
They
have you
killed one.
note, everybody, that was probably one of our longest combats. It took 2 hours.
Oh.
It's probably the hardest combat you've had.
Well, yeah.
You were actually contemplating surrendering at one point.
And then everything changed.
And they would have taken your surrender, which would have completely thrown
Surrender.
a monkey wrench into
Never
the entire
surrender.
storyline.
I would have fought on principle.
I was trying to.
I would have died on.
I was trying to think, what am I going to do if they actually surrender? Because I never thought the Karen thing beyond a single combat. What am I going to have to do if they actually surrender? Now I've got to come up with an entire Karen culture.
Well, we made your job simpler.
Yeah. Did everyone like the Karen battle?
Yes.
Very much so.
Alright, so now you've got 5 captive Karens. 3 have surrendered, 2 are broken.
One is dead.
1 has never resurfaced. The last one has never resurfaced from the muck.
Reading she's dead.
Most likely. Unless the slime only increases her Karen powers.
Let's not,
I would
let's
not
not
be
give this Karen
surprised.
more powers.
I
It's
see we
not
do.
give the DM who is a known sadistic to any
HM.
ideas.
HM.
HM, sorry. Habit.
I gave you catharticism.
You did.
You
You
got to
have to give me nightmares.
you got to drown a Karen.
Alex.
Not just drown a Karen, but drown a Karen in the most vile, disgusting sludge imaginable. Essentially, you drowned her in raw sewage.
Eat shit.
Cathartic. So
And now you
naturally,
smell like shit.
Alex is just looking around at what has just transpired. I feel like my brain shut off there for a second. What happened to the mini car?
It's still there.
It's still there, hovering.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's driving.
Nope.
You then see Alex just walk over to the
And
mini
it's
car.
and it's a spaceship. It just looks like a minivan.
She walks over to it. She immediately gets into it and clambers in, looks at behind, and looks at all of you.
There are cats with suction pads on their feet stuck to the inside of every window, like the Garfield,
Ah, yeah.
stuffed cats.
Oh.
Not real cats that have been stuffed.
I would
but
not be surprised about Karen's doing that, though.
But and there are fuzzy dice hanging from the rearview mirror.
Oh, then don't forget the little families.
Yep, there's a family. There
And
are
it's all a
several-
bunch of Karens.
and they're all Karens.
And it's hard, you can hardly see them. There are like 100 of them.
Hmm.
You can't
She
see out
goes
the
up
back.
to the controls, and does she understand how the van works, basically?
There is. You see there. It functions pretty much like any sort of. It has to be simple because Karens can't. A Karen can't drive a clutch. And
Oh, God.
So I could drive this, basically.
yes, very much. But in order to start it, there are a series of buttons, and you see each button says Entitlement 1, Entitlement 2, Entitlement 3, all the way up to Entitlement 6.
She's looking at the buttons, nods a little bit, nods. She then kind of
Which
like...
one's red?
Entitlement 6 is red.
But it's currently hovering, right?
Mm-hmm.
She tries to move it and park it onto the barge.
Right, do you push one of the entitlement buttons?
It's just
No, it doesn't
steering.
have steer.
Yeah, it has steering, but it doesn't
in
seem...
park.
It's in park, and there's no shift that gives you the park. Instead, you've got buttons of entitlement.
She puts it into entitlement 1.
Entitlement 1, and it is now preparing to... It's now prepared to fly. You've taken it out of park.
She moves it over and parks it right there.
And you need to put it in park, so which is the entitlement for parking?
Bum 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 bum.
So wait, there's no entitlement? There's no, like...
Park?
No, there's 6 in... Where you would have reverse, drive, overdrive...
Skill
There
check,
are
legal logic.
entitlements. These are Karens.
8.
Let's just not talk about that roll.
I rolled 8 on Leap and
So I would say
Logic
it's 6, but
to puzzle out which button is the park button.
you rolled an 8.
You can always ask
You
the
don't know.
robot.
She sighs. I'm now kind of like hovering over. You see her stick her head out the window, looking down at Ayn, and she goes, "Ask her which one's the park." Ayn looks up, looks down at the Karen.
I'll go see it if you want. The puzzle is it's a fairly simple puzzle.
It's entitlement 6 is the park, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think
Gear
so.
shift box.
How many slots are typically on the gear shift of an automatic transmission?
It's
Well,
6.
you're
Um,
6,
Usually there's 5.
5.
yeah.
So there's one extra here. Which means the extra one does something else.
All right. Entitlement 5 is the park.
Oh,
Wait,
it's
no.
upside down. If 1 is drive, which is typically on the bottom.
She yells her head out at Ayn. Ayn then looks at Rebecca, calls her over.
What is it?
Do
Do you want to say hi to my tiny box?
She goes, please ask the Karen what the buttons do inside the minivan.
Oh, do I have to?
Yes. You then hear Alex out from the window goes, "I'll let Tiny Box Tim ride in the passenger seat.
Really?
Just ask which button is the park button."
Alright, she walks over to one of the Karens. She says, "How do you park that?"
And she looks at you like you're completely idiotic, as though everyone should know. And she says, "It's entitled."
Which number?
And she says, "Number 5.
Oh.
It's upside down, so 5 is
I
the
told you!
where the top would be.
She
And
presses
that means
5.
that means 6 is the extra.
So she presses 5 and it parks.
Mm-hmm.
So she
Okay,
parks
that's
the van on top of the barge.
Hmm.
She then gets out and looks at the Karens. She then
The
goes...
Karens are thoroughly defeated. Their entitlements have been taken from them.
She looks at them and she goes, "Okay, alright. Now that the car is parked, I have a few questions, but the very first one is very important. Your entitled van over there, does it have space capabilities?"
They nod. It does. We're not from this planet. They look at each other like as if you've just asked the most alien question. A Karen living on a planet like this?
She then looks at them and she goes, "Alright, this answers a lot of questions. Okay, very first thing, this is probably the second most important thing. We understand that we have kind of battered and bruised you, and in order to make up for it, my boss is willing to give you some entitlements."
Their eyes light up.
She goes, "In recognition of your marvelous battles and the fact that I don't think your boss is coming out of the drink, we wish to give the..." She says, "What's your organization?"
Poor Wexy can't even lick herself clean.
She's just shivering in disgust over on the side of the bed.
Now you can feel the thing is squirming on you.
Zelith walks over to Wexy, pats her head very gingerly, and says, "Let's go into my backpack and see if we can clean you up."
Raymond says, "I can help you with that," and he puts a fire hose on her. And it seems to
Is
be
it clean water?
It seems to be clean water.
Lexi is loving it.
And he says this comes out of a purification tank. Said pure H2O, nothing more.
I am just rolling around and cavorting and just having a grand old time.
And probably loving old Raymond right now.
Yup. He's my new best friend right now.
Alex.
He cannot replace my squishy, but he is my best friend.
I am the squishy!
Alex is looking at the Karens and she goes, "What's your organization's name?"
We are the Karen contingent.
She nods and she goes, "Are you the only ones or are there more of you?"
And she said, there are Karens all across the galaxy.
She nods and she goes, "Excellent, wonderful, I figured." Alright.
Lots and lots.
In recognition
As
of,
every retail store worker knows, there are lots and lots of Karens. No shortage.
she goes, "In recognition of your bravery against fighting against us awful retail workers, my manager is willing to cut you some entitlements in exchange for your contingent working with her."
And she says, may I speak with your manager?
She nods and she goes, "Yes, I will. You'll be able to speak to my manager in complete length. I'm sure she will enjoy it."
This is revenge, isn't it?
Oh yeah. She nods and she goes, "And Jane, you're not going to like. Zealous is not going to like what's about to happen." She goes, "And also in recognition, we wish to offer you a space for travel
To Rome.
to Rome. But the very first thing, well, we wish to take you to our manager. But we also have to ask you one very simple question."
What is that question?
Oh, I remember now. I was feeling a little sad that I had to ask the question. The question is, Miss Karen, how much for the car?
And they look at each other, and if you are doing all this for us, how entitled is that one? Oh, that one's really entitled. That one's really entitled. And she demands 20,000 gold. The really entitled one. And then the other two both say, we will give it to you if you let us speak to your manager. But the really entitled one demands cash.
The really entitled one wants cash.
Mm-hmm.
Alex then looks at her, narrows her eyes, and goes, Gilgamesh.
Throw her in the goop.
Would you please kindly escort her to her boss, who was too entitled for her own good?
In other words, toss her into the goop.
Lexi gets up and just growls at her. She starts walking towards her.
Lexi,
Make an intimidation roll.
Lexi, you're all clean. Why would you do
Lexi,
this
make
to
an
yourself?
intimidation roll. Let's see if the entitled one backs down.
Lexi is shiny. She's so clean.
13.
13 for intimidation.
She backs up and immediately crumbles. Didn't take much. Her morale's broken, so it didn't take a lot of intimidation.
Alex goes, "So us taking you to our manager is going to be sufficient as payment for the car then?"
And they nod.
She goes, "Excellent. Well, everybody, let's get on to our new vehicle."
You'll be going back to. Eveline lost her huge luxury ship, and she'll be getting a minivan in return.
Alex just shakes her head and she goes, "Actually, the funny thing is, I'm pretty interested to figure out, because it was a Roman ship, right?"
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "All Roman ships have a void pack built into it. It has a back door. So essentially, that luxury vehicle ship's going to be sitting there as a nice back door for Miss Eveline when we get the chance." That's her. That's how she's seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
She goes,
Or we can just go get it with the ship here. We can just fly over to it.
She
And
looks
we get
at
off
you.
this rock.
I think everybody wants off this rock.
This place is the worst.
We came here. We did the thing we were supposed to do, which was get her person back. Everyone pile in, especially the guy who sold us things, who was technically on the road with us.
Yep. Doc Terminus.
Doc Terminus. She also offers the same thing to Doc Terminus, and she offers it to the ferry captain. She looks at him and goes, "Do you want to stay here, or would you like to come with us?"
His eyes light up and says, "Get off this filthy mud ball."
She
Of course
nods.
I would. Maybe I'll see Rome.
She goes, "Oh, I have just..." She goes, "You're good with mechanical stuff, right?"
He nods.
She goes, "I think I have just the newest job for you. His name is Clamp. He's our human resources."
Poor Raymond.
Actually, no, those two might actually get along.
Oh.
So, we pile into the minivan, which obviously the license plate says Karen 5.
Yep, it does.
And Alex puts it into drive, and she goes, "So long, shit planet." I'm waiting for the twist. We all head out.
There is no twist.
There is no twist. We
No.
escape the planet.
Yep, this was put here to see if you actually would
Would take it.
yeah, as a shortcut. If you could beat the Karens.
Well, we beat the Karens.
Well, we beat the Karens barely.
We broke them.
Aren't you curious as to what number 6 does?
Yes.
Yes, Alex does ask, "What does number 6 do?"
And she says, "It's the horn." Do you press it?
I do.
And you hear an enormous megaphone voice. "Excuse me!"
Alex.
Told you I researched the hell out of the Karen.
Alex is taking the van, and as soon as we leave planet's orbit, she makes contact with Eveline.
Again, you can't seem to reach Eveline. There must be something quite predominant on her mind at the moment.
She goes, "That's odd. She's never not picked up her phone." Wait. No, she's always picked up her phone. She then goes, "Maybe Carson will pick up." The Nosferatu politician. Beep, beep, boop, boop. Carson.
And Carson does indeed pick up.
"Hey, Carson."
And he says, "What do you want?"
You
He sounds
pillar
like
of happiness and joy.
yeah. He's all you can sort of hear deflation come out of him. "What do you want?"
She goes, "I can't get a hold of Eveline."
Says, "Eveline is predisposed at the time being."
Oh,
Says, "We were attacked."
really? By who?
Says, "I don't know." Says, "But they attacked Clamp, and Clamp has gone out to kick their ass. And Eveline is, at the moment, all she seems to care about is Clamp's ass kicking."
Oh, well, if that's the case.
Would help.
No, Alex goes, "Well, considering you are one of the major people in command, I need you to be a manager for a moment."
And he says, "I don't manage."
She goes, "Yeah, you do."
He says, let me connect you to the Human Resources Department."
She sighs and waits to be reconnected to the Human Resources Department, which is Clamp, which makes no sense, because he's currently...
It's probably Lily at the time.
Who picks up?
Raphael.
Raphael? Raphael picks up, which Alex has not met Raphael, actually. Now I think about it.
It's like, who's Raphael? But you've heard of Raphael.
I've heard of Raphael.
And the idea of Raphael is Human Resources. And
describe Raphael for Sarah and the group, because we know who Raphael is, but...
He is a Zemetzis.
Zemitzi.
Zemetzis. And his favorite thing in the entire world is making very creative and thoughtful blood barrels out of everyone he meets.
That's human resources while
That's
Clamp
who
is
Clamp-
away.
When Clamp went on
Yep.
his leave, he appointed Raphael to be his human resource because he knew it would piss Eveline off.
Oh, boy.
He picks up. Alex goes, no, she would know who Raphael is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking the Undead Knight. She goes, oh, it's you.
And you can hear in the background a hideous gurgling, bubbling sound.
Ew.
And he says, I was in the middle of a project.
She goes, you're always in the middle of a project.
He says, but
Too
this
bad
one,
you're never good at it.
he says, you may be my next project.
She goes, sadly, I'm protected by Miss Eveline.
He says, am I good at my, you can hear him say to someone else, am I good at my project? The bubbling, gurgling becomes sort of a weeping.
She goes,
He is apparently doing something truly horrible to somebody.
I really hope that's not Chum Bucket you're doing it to, because Clamp will rip your insides out.
And he says, who's Chum Bucket?
The little guy with a hump moped.
It sounds like Raphael sort of gulps.
No, not Joe Bucket!
She goes, I would put him back to how he was unless you want him to be the next one on your list. Now, while you are currently putting back Clamp's prized technician, where's Eveline?
Says, I don't know where Miss Eveline is.
She goes,
She has locked, I believe she has locked herself in her quarters. She is predisposed to not to be disturbed.
She goes, who attacked
Obviously,
Clamp?
she is predisposed because Eveline would never let him go on a blood barrel spree.
Especially on someone Clamp cares about.
Yep.
So, she goes, okay, well, if that's the case, I only have a few more words to say to you. One, who attacked Clamp?
He says, humans?
She goes,
Were they dumb?
Were they that stupid?
she kind of stops.
He says, they had special armor.
She goes, oh,
Not like anything I've ever seen before.
interesting. That's kind of new. Yoon is too busy talking to the Karens.
And
Mostly yelling at them.
And he says, I can patch you through now.
She goes, oh, good. Thank you.
And he goes off. And then, strangely enough, Clamp's voice comes over. He apparently patched her through to Clamp somehow instead of Eveline.
She goes, oh, Clamp, how you doing?
I thought I was no longer in the loop. I'm busy. And then you hear a bit of laughing. How's Raphael doing as human resources? Has he pissed her off yet?
She goes, oh, no, he just blood-barreled Chum Bucket.
Oh, Clamp goes off before you hear a click. He hangs up, and now you don't have anybody.
She goes, huh. She tries calling Clamp back.
Nothing.
She goes, well, it's kind of fucked up at home.
It's very fucked up at home.
She goes,
Need to meet her in person?
Mom, Dad, and Uncle Ben are all fighting. Let's go get ice cream. And wait. And then you see something we've never really seen before. The restaurant at the end of the universe. Is it that what it's called? Restaurant at the end of the universe?
What the hell are you talking about?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but the second book. I can't remember.
I don't remember. It's been too long.
I was trying to make a really cool geeky reference, and now my brain's dead.
I can't remember. I don't think I ever read past the first one. I didn't really care for it.
To each their own. Anyway, she looks at everybody, and she goes, well, I think it might be best if we were to look at that list. And wait, she then looks at the Karens, and she goes, we're going to first drop you guys off at the main base and figure out what's going on. So we drive to Evelyn's stronghold.
You arrive at Evelyn's stronghold and find that the place is in complete disarray. Evelyn is nowhere to be found. Clamp is nowhere to be found. Raphael appears to have locked himself in quarters.
I wonder why.
Evelyn, we see Ainun looking around and just kind of like interesting place.
And you see Chumbucket comes out to see you.
He's alive!
He's alive. He apparently has been transformed back to normal.
Alex,
And actually perfectly back to normal. He didn't like put an eye on a different level or an ear on top of his head. He made him absolutely the way he was. As if trying to hide the evidence.
Alex is looking at Chumbucket and she goes, I see you are well, Chumbucket.
He says, Chumbucket in charge of human resources.
She goes, good choice. Question, where is everybody?
He says, Miss Evelyn is not to be disturbed. Raphael is shivering. And Clamp is coming home. Very fast.
She nods and she goes, I bet he is.
Says, but he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be doing work for Evelyn, but he's going to come home and kick Raphael's ass.
She nods.
He says everyone else is I don't know. I'm human resources. I guess I should know. Says, I don't know what they're doing. And he starts dancing around going, I'm human resources and I don't know what the human resources is doing.
Hi, Uncle Chumbucket. Wait.
He says, hi! And he comes over and picks you up. Is this, Zillith?
Yep.
Picks you up and hugs you and spins you around. Puts you up on his shoulders and says, you want to go for a ride on Chumbucket's motorbike?
Maybe later.
Mind you, by the way, Wexy, look up Chumbucket
From
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Chumbucket actually looks prettier than he's ever looked. It appears that Raphael made some improvements when he changed him back.
Oh,
plate-
geez.
Uncle Chumbucket, do you want to entertain these women until maybe Clamp gets here?
And he says, is that what Human Resources Director would do?
Probably.
And one of the Karens says, are you the manager?
He is under the manager.
Evelyn,
Unfortunately, the manager's busy.
Alex,
Everything seems to be completely amok, which is totally unlike Evelyn to allow things to degenerate to this point.
Alex holds up a finger and she goes, I'll go see Evelyn. And she goes off in the direction of Evelyn's office. Everybody else roleplay. Ainun is currently just talking to Chumbucket. I bet Rebecca's trying to show everybody Time Box Tim. So everybody roleplay for a little bit and then we'll
This is the
catch
best
what...
place ever. I've never seen so many technology and oh my gosh.
We'll get back to Alex and Evelyn in a moment. Let everybody else roleplay for a little bit. Ainun is not really going to take part in the roleplay. She's too busy watching everybody. She's a predator. She's watching, observing. I'll be right back. But everybody roleplay. Roleplay, damn it!
I was about to go away.
Engage into your character!
Go on, get.
I will start throwing pencils at you.
Get.
Basically, the where you have come into, the base is on essentially a dead planet that has no real atmosphere. It's like Mars or one of those sort. It's basically a rock in space. So the base is completely subterranean, and all of the hatches and airlocks are encased in a dome. So everything is artificial light and artificial air.
Hey, Wexy.
Yeah.
I have a pool in my place. Do you want to go?
You have a what now?
Well, aside from my backpack I always carry around. Oh, it's a good cat! She's like, I don't want to be here right now. No.
She doesn't like this room, does she?
No, she doesn't.
So I have the cat now.
I see that.
That explains the high-pitched squeal I heard in my ear.
Belly kill.
Mhm.
He has my girl.
Checking the live stream.
Is it still good?
Yeah, it's still going.
Aside from my backpack, I do have an actual room on the ship I never use, but it has a pool and a hot tub and a bed that I don't use. Maybe I should use that. Hammocks are nice, but beds are
It's
all-
probably much nicer than your void pack is.
Yeah.
You had me at pool.
Girl cat didn't want to be.
Kitty!
No, she's like, no,
She's
get me
out.
out of here.
She's like, I'm gone. Get me out of here.
She's out.
Continue on.
And basically all around you, you see people. It's in disarray, but there seems to be no panic. Instead, everybody is fucking off. The boss is not around. The boss's second is not around. So basically, this is like what a grocery store looks like when all the managers are gone.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Yes, and they are playing. No work is getting done. Cards are being played. Bets are being made. TV's being watched. Sports such as football and baseball are being played in loading docks. Forklifts are being raced.
Lexi, is Eveline on the ship? Can you kind of feel her out?
I can try. I mean, hopefully
Yes.
she's close enough that I can pick up on her.
I hope she's okay. Normally, she keeps this place pretty tight shift. This is kind of chaotic. I don't know if I like it.
Concentration would be...
So, Alex gets to the room.
And you find that
Because things kind of went.
you see her door is locked.
Alex knocks.
There's no answer.
She does shave and a haircut.
And you see a man, not really a man, vampire, comes around the corner and says, Lady Eveline is not to be disturbed at this time. She has important business to attend to.
Alex then looks at him, and then she's attacking the door with her head.
Just kind of wham.
She's trying to burst her head through the door.
What does Eveline say, hearing that her orders have been ignored? That she is not to be... Because Eveline is currently deeply engrossed in study on this powder that these people that attack. She very, very, very much wants to know what it is and how to bend it to her will.
You know what? You know what? For comedic effect, Alex does.
No,
Let's just
don't
say
worry
that
about
Alex
it.
does burst her head
It
through the
never
door.
happened.
No, she did a 6. She hits her head really hard on the door. Blood starts trickling down. She didn't do shit to the door. But we then hear Eveline yell, "What in God's name is going on?
I told you I was not to be disturbed!
I told you I was not to be disturbed!"
The little girl getting pissed off voice.
She then you then hear like little tiny footsteps, and then the door swings open. Alex is standing there, blood just coming down her face. Eveline just looks up at her and she goes, that explains it. You're back! Yeah. I brought some visitors and we lost the ship. But we lost the ship.
Eveline's face is probably getting into a deep scowl.
Everyone looks a little pissed.
It's like
especially the
everything is fucking up and now they're fucking up.
Alex holds up her finger, but she goes, "But they took the ship, but we have a back door, remember? But we have to be able to... Regardless, we were able to escape the planet, and we saved one of Wexi's people as ordered."
But as
What
far
do I
as-
have in place of my ship? How did you get off?
And none of the technology
I'm
she was
hitting
interested came back with him.
Ah, not quite. Alex then says, well, I know Ainun grabbed some mech suits, but I think it's going to be hard taking that from her.
There's also Rebecca.
We also got a woman named Rebecca. She's an android.
I don't know if an androids ever glowed yellow or not. I don't think they did.
Eveline stops for a moment, cocks her head, she goes, oh, by Stockholm Entertainment?
Mm.
She goes, yeah, I've heard of those things.
She doesn't sound especially interested.
She goes, doesn't seem very interesting. She then looks back at Eveline. She goes, anything else? Oh, Predator. We got a Predator. That was interesting.
Evelyn knew about her. She offered the contract.
She offered the contract. She then goes, well, is there anything good? She goes, we got a minivan. She then says, can I have it? You see her smile a little bit. She goes, don't smile. It doesn't become you.
A voice comes over Evelyn's intercom. Mr. Clamp has returned. Clamp wasn't supposed to return.
She then you then see her hear Eveline go,
Everything is her empire seems to
I
be
wonder
collapsing.
which Clamp you just brought back. Because remember,
Mm-hmm.
so this is one of the Clamps.
Mm-hmm.
For those who are currently cocking their heads in the back, we play a game off camera to see how it fucks up this game, and it's fucking up this game. She goes, I really hope you did not get one of the more psychotic ones. She then... Okay.
Does Alex give her the bad news about Chumbucket?
She then goes, Chumbucket's completely fine. He seems to be head of human resources now.
But he was a blood bearer. But he was a blood bearer.
For a little bit. She goes, probably didn't muck up his mind too much.
Too much.
I don't think there was a whole lot to muck up to begin with.
Trying to think here. You know what? I cannot explain this.
Don't forget the Karens.
A bunch of Karens. There are some Karens here who wish to speak to you.
Oh, and there's a bunch of Karens that wish to speak to you.
But Karens.
Oh, alright, fine. I'm having...
He didn't bring anything good back.
At this point, Alex looks up and she sees that Melinda is currently over the giant table with all the microscopes and stuff. And she goes, hey, isn't that the Planeswalker? Melinda just waves her hand, her giant angel wings folded up behind her. She nods. She goes, Eveline then looks at Melinda, then looks at Alex, and goes, send the Karens up to my office next door. I'll see them in there. Melinda, please catch them up with what's going on. Melinda just kind of like walks out. Melinda, in her part, looks like a woman. About this tall.
Short.
So rather short. But she has giant angel wings, a cigar hanging out. Her attire looks kind of modern, like how do I put it? Like more modern combat kind of gear, but give it more Roman aesthetics. She has a shield that she picks up that's a giant Roman shield. And on her hip is a very odd looking gun. It is definitely a gun, but it's very odd looking. We then see her walk up.
And her eyes look like fire.
Her eyes are fire, and when she opens her mouth, flames are in her mouth.
Out of my mouth.
She then goes, yeah, I can explain everything to them. Her hair is cut short. There's goggles on it. She kind of pulls the goggles down, and you see her put a mask over her face so she doesn't terrify everybody. And she goes down to explain the situation to Alex and everybody else. Eveline, for her part, is about to be Karen'd.
Oh boy! A 10-year-old child is a boss.
And there are 5 Karens in her office when she arrives there.
So we're just going to quickly do this. Eveline, in her part, takes it with stride, and she essentially sets up a alliance ship with the Karens.
We now have Karens in your empire.
I mean, it's better with the Karens than against the Karens, in my opinion.
She goes, I really hate aligning with the Karens, especially since I just got the NAACP on my side.
Now you have the Karens.
Now I got the Karens.
Mm.
They're bitter enemies. But Eveline doesn't give two shits. She just wants power.
And all 5 of them are saying, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me." They're excuse-meing each other.
She goes, "Oh boy."
When Melinda shows up, Zeleth was about to walk to her bedroom, but of course one of her aunts show up and she's just like, "My aunt! Auntie Melinda, it's been forever. Where
Pull the
have you
Melinda
been?"
model from over there. It's behind you.
Behind you, one of the gray figurines.
The
With
one
the wings.
Yep.
3D printed.
3D printed from our own, crafted by
Well, it's from Hero Forge.
Hero Forge. That's
But
why I
there's-
motioned to you.
But there's Melinda.
Hopefully at some point we'll have a clamp.
She's actually
Yes.
I'm going to model a clamp. But Melinda's one of the oldest characters we have. And I printed the model for her. But we see Melinda come up to everybody. How's Wexy doing, by the way?
Lexi is not trusting the Karens, so as long as the Karens are away from her, she's fine.
Okay. You then see Alex come back. She's looking at everybody and she goes, "Everybody, this is Melinda. Melinda, everybody." Melinda, does a little bow to everybody. She goes, "Welcome back. I wish it was under better circumstances." She then goes, "I understand, Wexy, that you are looking for your people."
Lexi perks up.
She goes, "Excellent. Well, do not worry about what's currently going on. We're going to still have you guys look for the next one of your people. It is going to be in a sector that is currently controlled by the Tau."
Oh
What do
boy!
you know?
She goes,
The people that attacked.
"The people that attacked us, they are a humanist extremist group. Essentially, anything that is not human to be viled and hated and subjugated."
Oh, and they're gonna hate us. Well,
She goes, "Oh,
Not a single human in the group.
Melinda kind of goes, "It gets kind of worse. They have technology that far surpasses many, many people, and they're actually opening up fronts of war on every sector of the cylinder.
Oh boy!
But you guys do not have to worry about that until a couple more levels. Here's the thing.
That's Clamp's problem to deal with.
That's Clamp's problem to deal with at the moment. Do not worry. You guys might come across them. I'm just giving you a heads up. Now, you are going to be going... Chum Bucket here is going to help... She looks at the minivan. I guess convert the minivan to Alex's liking. Ainun immediately steps up and she kind of sign languages to Rebecca. She says to Rebecca, "Can you please tell her I want help with my power armor?"
She nods and then translates.
Melinda then looks at you and she goes, "Oh, an android. Interesting.
Yes.
I've always wanted an android."
Well, I can get you in contact with my builder.
She goes, "Maybe at some other time." She then stops and she goes, "She's now going to make an intelligence check. She's sentient, isn't she?" 18 natural. That
She's
bitch is
sentient.
sentient.
She's sentient.
She's sentient. You then see Melinda have a few more doubts of maybe I don't want one. She then looks at you and she goes,
It can say no to you.
Would you like to say hi to my tiny box?
cute. Not getting an android. It would none would come to your standard.
Oh, thank you.
Melinda, at least that robot's not going to try killing me now. She then looks at everybody. She goes, here's the thing. One of Wexy's people has been spotted on... hang on. Weird planet, storms. You're going to have trouble, Miss Robot. Oh!
Oh! Zella waves. Oh!
Yep.
Oh! Is it, wait, is that place that you and Mom went?
She goes, not that place. It's a place that some idiot blew up half the planet of.
I don't know that one.
Which planet is it?
The one that Gloria got blown up that one time. Remember that? That fun planet I really liked.
The ghost planet?
Not the ghost planet. The one where she got caught by one of the combatitons. It came across foreign objects, so it went to self-destruct.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm trying to remember which planet that was on.
It was a planet where there was ion storms that literally fried electronics.
I think that was the ghost. Thought that was the ghost
No.
planet.
That wasn't the ghost planet.
Okay.
If electronics are going to be fried, should I stay out? The
She
way?
goes, no,
This will pick up.
we can give you protective gear. Just make sure you have it.
Would it be rubber?
She goes, yes.
Sweet! I always wanted to try some rubber on. I thought it was cool.
The guys are giggling over here. At least you won't look like a midget in a diving suit.
You guys are horrible!
I think you just broke Jane.
Thank
I'm
God.
completely innocent, and then all of a sudden they start laughing.
And then you realized.
You done fucked up.
You then see Melinda nod. She goes, the thing is, there is another city on that planet that is controlled by a very powerful, well, for lack of better words, gangster. Apparently, he may have purchased one of these one of Wexy's people. Now, to our knowledge, he's actually a pretty good guy, but he doesn't do anything for free. He, unlike the other elf syndicate that you guys came across, he will most likely want to set this person free, but he's going to have you do something in return.
Will I have to pay for her? Says Zelith.
She goes, no, I think he's having trouble with someone mucking about in his criminal area. So not only is this to get one of Wexy's people back, but is to get one of the more powerful crime lords on Evelyne's side facing this crisis with the Tau.
At this point, a letter floats up and appears directly in front of Zealous' face.
Oh, hi, Mom. I will read you later. She just picks it up. She says, there. And it just stays.
Melinda then looks at everybody and she goes, now, here's the thing. TJ's going to be hero mastering for the next game for the adventure on the planet, if that's okay with you, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
She then looks at everybody else and she goes, now, here's the thing. I know you all are very brave and very strong, and you guys are going to be able to do it. But please keep in mind, Evelyn's forces are currently indisposed of, and we will not be able to back you up. So please Yes.
When has she ever backed us up?
She said, I was the one supposed to come get you, but I discovered the Tau as they started infiltrating and attacking people. So I got sidetracked.
Something taps Zelith on her shoulder.
Hmm?
Turns around, you see the envelope has turned itself upside down and has gotten itself in a shape as if it has hands on its hip and is tapping one corner in the air.
I can wait just a little longer, okay, Mom? Can I read this letter? It's
then,
Mom.
Melinda nods and she goes, no.
It's going to yell at me later.
She goes, I know.
Why you do this to me, Auntie Melinda?
Because I like hearing your mother yell at you.
You're mean.
She goes, yes, I'm a
I'm
bureaucrat.
sure she yelled at you a lot, too.
No, actually, she really yelled a lot at our other companion,
Who
Which
was that?
one?
Which one?
Gloria. Which turns out to be part of this whole... We'll get into that later. Just watch out for any Tau forces. Do what the Baron wants, and everything will be good.
Okay.
Gilgamesh.
Yes.
Because you did that great riot the other day, Inoon huffs at this point. She's
It's like she's not even paying attention. Then, because you did that great riot the other day.
The letter interposes itself in front of your face, like right at your nose.
Because you did such a great job at starting that riot,
Is
I
now
just wanted
holding
to say
said
that
letter.
you truly are a Gorlakai. Welcome to the team. She then looks at Inoon and she goes, I hear you want to get your thing repaired. We'll get your mech suit ready to go. And she then looks at Alex. Alex sighs. She goes, don't worry, Alex. We're going to get your minivan uncarened. She goes, so, Alex is getting a minivan. Inoon's getting a small mech suit. Wexley,
Yes.
what do you want? We're going to be going and getting one of your people, but obviously, what do you desire?
Oh, I know.
You guys just finished the adventure, I'm pretty sure. So it's what do you guys want?
Zelith is raising her hand very enthusiastically because she knows her friend already very well. I know. Pick me.
Actually, just kind of like stare and just cock her head to the side.
I know what she wants.
You hear the sounds of commotion somewhere behind you, in the base where you're currently standing. It sounds like explosions, explosive screaming, and people running for cover. And you see someone walk by, shakes his head, and goes, "Clamps back."
She nods.
I know what.
What does your friend want?
She wants a very large pool to swim in.
Lexi just kind of like starts wagging her tail a bit.
She nods and she goes, "Don't you have a pool in your backpack?"
I do, but it's not big enough. I hadn't had the time to make it big enough, and I know I have one in my room, but I
She
haven't
takes
The envelope
your
slaps you in the
backpack.
face.
done... Ow! Okay!
She takes the backpack and she goes, "And what do you want? To open that letter? Excellent. Go ahead. Don't worry, you'll get something." You then see Melinda suddenly start carving a few more runes onto the backpack. There is now a bigger hole inside the backpack.
She opens the letter.
And you see immediately it starts screaming, "You took part in a riot!
Wasn't...
You took part in a riot! And now there are Karens at our front door!"
How did the Karens get there so fast?
She looks at you, cocks her head, and she goes, hang on. you then see her turn, pull out a letter, sigh, and goes, "I did not send this." She then opens a portal. You see your mother's head, and you see her flick it at her head.
Hi,
and
Mom!
and it slaps her in the back of the head. She goes, What the fuck?" The portal closes. The letter basically says, show this to the Karens. It's...
And your mother continues, "Your father has locked himself in his office he has forced me to deal with the Karens."
The letter itself basically says, show this to the Karens. They're working for the Yellow Syndicate now, and they're getting entitlements from it. Essentially saving her mother's butt.
Why is she yelling at me? How did she figure out that I was in a riot? And I wasn't in the riot. I was far from it.
Good question.
Because you were in the group that took part, therefore it was automatically your fault.
Melinda...
I'll have to tell my mom later.
You'll go on, let the Gorlakai start. So you're probably like, "I didn't start the riot. The Gorlakai started the riot."
I knew it's like, I'm getting a mecha suit. That's all I care about at this point. Fuck you guys. You then see Melinda look at the Gorlakai, and she goes, "What do you want, Sir Gorlakai?"
I'm good.
All right. Have a cigar.
I'm good.
He takes it and he goes...
Wait. He does that. It goes, shoop. And then every pore on him just blows smoke.
Comes out of all the holes and all the chinks in the armor.
Whoa.
Suddenly, he feels psychedelia because Melinda doesn't smoke any kind of normal cigar. Hey, it's legal on road.
Of course it is.
Hey, Butters is like,
Oh my God.
profit is profit.
Now you see the Gorlakai's eyes, which always have that flaring look. Now they're kind of like little kaleidoscopes. These little kaleidoscopes inside of his eyes.
So, naturally, Melinda has given everybody a thing. Alex now has a minivan.
You're missing Rebecca.
Rebecca. You know what? I know exactly what's going to happen. You see Melinda look at Rebecca. And she goes,
Yes.
alright.
You don't get anything back.
She looks at you and she nods and she goes, I know just what to give you. I know just what I should give the little intelligent robot. You see her reach out and she goes, give me tiny box.
Okay.
Please.
Here you go.
You give it to her. And this is the part where I'll say she is a champion of the tree god, right?
Uh-huh.
Would she be able to do some kind of miracle?
With his permission, she would have to sort of... Because he's a bureaucrat. You can't just...
She would have to
Yeah,
do
you'd
the
have to go
paperwork.
through. You'd have to go through the bureaucratic, through the bureaucratic circles to do it.
She then looks back through her mind and she contacts the great tree, and she goes,
To find out how many hoops you have to jump through, how much paperwork it's going to involve.
How many hoops and how much paperwork to make this box an actual tiny box Tim, an actual sentient being as well, to aid her in combat.
A portal.
I get a minion.
The portal that you had made to talk to her mother opens up, and you see. Then when it closes, you see like a phone book's worth of paperwork is sitting in front of you.
She then stops. She looks down. She goes, "All right." She puts Tiny Box Tim down, and you see her pop a desk right in front of her. You just see her, like, it bursts into flames, and it's like...
And you
there.
can role play now, because this is going to take some time.
She is starting to just fill out the paperwork. I knew this
For those who are wondering, we have a thing for bureaucracy.
Oh, we love bureaucracy.
We love to make fun of it, so...
You see her filling out forms. Of course, Rebecca has absolutely no idea what
Rebecca.
Rebecca. So, Ainun. So Melinda's currently filling out paperwork. There's large explosions as Clamp is destroying shit. Gilgamesh is high as fuck right now. Wexy.
What does the Gorilla Kai do when he's stoned? Remember, you're helping to evolve the Gorilla Kai
Wait.
society.
His metal armor doesn't look really like metal anymore. It actually has taken on more of a stonish look.
He turned stone.
They literally turn to stone. Not actual stone, but like their armor becomes stonish.
They are the reason the origin of the word stoner comes from.
But what does the stoned Gorilla Kai do?
He starts singing gorilla songs.
What are gorilla songs?
Dum da da dum da. Isn't a bad
No.
When we finish the live stream, I'll show you.
We'll show you.
He's just gonna walk around aimlessly, just not knowing where he is. He's just
Looking at all
completely
the
high.
pretty
He's
colors.
literally just walking in one direction. He's like, where the fuck am I?
Wexy, before we go swimming, do you want to see what Clamp's doing? I'm sure it's entertaining.
Lexi just kind of like looks around.
There's a boom and the ground shakes slightly under you.
Alex goes, as Chum Bucket's starting to rearrange the Karen van into the depressed van. The
happy,
depressed
fluffy,
van.
funny...
Depressed van.
Depressive.
The depressed van.
Lexi is just like, yeah, let's go.
Yay! So what? She hops onto Wexy's back and they trot off towards
The sounds of the
the
noise.
destruction.
You find Clamp trying to find a way to get past the reinforcements that Raphael has put on his door.
Hi, Champion Clamp.
He's currently he stops in mid swing of Mongo and's like, "Oh, hi, Zealous."
Uncle Chumbucket is okay. He's over that way.
Says, "I saw him.
Okay.
He told me not to do this, but I'm doing it anyway.
Okay.
A lesson needs taught. I'm human resources. That means I teach the lessons to the human and non-human resources."
Well, to be fair, he didn't exactly do his job. He kind of did the opposite of human resources. What would that be?
Says, exactly, a lesson needs to be taught.
Well, I could remove those, maybe.
He says, "Please do." He steps back then, and he crosses his arms and starts humming. Clamp can't whistle, so he hums.
So she walks over and she knocks on the door.
And you hear a voice, "Is he gone?"
No, but I do have blood candy. Would you like some?
Says, "No, I want him gone."
But I have blood candy.
Real blood candy?
Real blood candy.
Let's see what he... The door opens. Clamp pounces. Reaches through the door and yanks Raphael out. And you see Clamp dragging a screaming Raphael around the corner.
She takes out the blood candy and puts it on the ground just as he turns the corner, so he knows she wasn't lying. Here you go.
Gee, thanks. That's really going to help him.
And you can hear Clamp saying, "I'm going to show you the hands-on way to make a blood barrel." And you can hear the sound of bones breaking.
Spicy.
He'll be fine.
Damn.
He's a vampire. He's
He's a vampire. He'll be fine in the morning.
And I think this is where we're going to...
Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point. Unless anybody wants to do a little bit more roleplay, but we're kind of at the end game here.
Yeah.
I do have a few cutscenes if you don't want. Do you have any? We see... I have 3 cutscenes. First cutscene. We see the magnificent ship that was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
That is now sitting in, well, for lack of better words, the personal museum of the Rose.
Emperor of
the Rose. We also see a shadowy figure. It is the Emperor of the Rose looking upon this magnificent ship. And he goes, may have lost those horrible people. But at least we have a new wonderful prize to display. And he is motioning to the ship. It is a beautiful ship. Really can't get any better than that.
Much better than the minivan that you traded it in for.
But we also see the camera pans in on the ship, and then in on the hull, and then to the archway where we see a Void Pack's portal. Right
the back door.
The back door.
Yep, the back door. So, we will revisit that train of line of thoughts at some other points. Didn't think about that, did you, Tim? So, because it is a Roman ship, and all Roman ships
opens up in some interesting possibilities.
Mm-hmm. We then see another cutscene. We see acidic rain, a dome of... Not acidic rain, sorry. We see rain, a giant biodome, some houses outside the biodome. We see flickering lights and candles all outside the dome while electricity blares on inside the protective dome. We then see a man. Not a man, but a very large reptilian creature puffing what appears to be gas. He's looking down at two others that look like him. They could be mistaken as dragons, but not quite. The two that are beneath him look human, but they look like half-dragons. He says, "The Yellow Ribbon Syndicate will be here soon. We must be ready for them and for them to help us with our problem." He then looks over and we see one of Wexy's people in a cage. He goes, "Not a bad cage, but a cage nonetheless." He goes, "I hear they are looking for this one particular's people." We then hear a growl as one of Wexy's people yells at him in his mind. Well, for lack of better words, bark at his door. And that's where the cutscene ends for that. Final cutscene. This is probably the best one. We see two authority members. One standing next to each other, just kind of guarding. The one turns to the other and goes, "Hey, what? Do you ever, wonder what we're guarding?" He goes, "I never really questioned it. Why you ask?" "It just seems odd that we're out in the middle of nowhere just guarding this one door." "Yeah? I don't know why. It's a good question. But maybe we shouldn't really know the answer to that." "Then why'd you ask it?" "I don't know. Do you have anything else to talk about?" "You catch Coliseum last night?" "Yeah. Shindraga totally fucked that guy up." "Oh yeah, it was great." "Oh yeah, it was totally great." And they just start talking. Literally, it's just, we just see two guards talking at a door. There's nothing else at that. It's just like, why are we guarding this? I don't know. I don't know why we're guarding it. You see Shindraga? "Oh yeah, he totally fucked those guys up." There was nothing else to the cutscene. So, thank you very much for watching this odd Karen-filled episode.
I can't believe we had a full episode just about Karen.
And that the hardest fight in the campaign has been against Karen.
I mean, that's kind of... I made it!
10 years of retail service has culminated in this moment for me.
So, thank you very much for watching. We hope you had a great night. We look forward to seeing you in... Well, actually, let me see. Actually, we are not going to be seeing each other